Hello, happy Wednesday, everybody. Thanks for joining us here. This is Level Quest, Dungeons and Dragons actual play stream set in the chaotic and elemental world of Illustera. Before we begin, just want to share a quick general trigger warning. We do potentially dive into topics like body horror, addiction. There will be coarse language, other adult themes. So if you feel like you need to step away for your mental health, please do so, and then come back immediately. I am Corey Keeney, your dungeon master, and am joined by a fantastic panel of players here ready to brave this dangerous world for your entertainment. Dan, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. What's up, everyone? It's Dan, aka Ember This. I'm playing Calder Sage, a half-orc fighter. He's a fairly large half-orc, built his stature, wielding a blacksmith hammer, dark green skin with a bit of brown hue, and stubble orange beard below a bald head. He has a deep, raspy voice and can seem distant when deep in thought, surveying every landscape as a potential battlefield. In last session, Calder struggled with Maxwell's trust of a random prisoner over the city guards of room and pushed very hard to turn the discovered documents over to Lieutenant Alhan.
Hello, my name is Richard. I am playing Farin Desja, or you can call him Dez. He actually prefers to be called Dez. He's a strong, or not very strong, I have an 8 in strength, 3'3" tall halfling bard. And not like Corey says, because I am throwing that away. He's a halfling bard that likes telling other people's stories. That's it.
Okay. Own your destiny.
Own my destiny, yes.
Hi, I'm Robert. I play Maxwell. He's an aberrant mind sorcerer, and he's a moderately built human standing at 5'10". Right now, he has a black robe with 5 cool stars on it, and he looks rugged with sunken eyes, shoulders kind of sagging, and he has a nice, lovely, bushy black mustache with stubble everywhere else on his face. And last session, Maxwell found out that there was a map of some place in Thrum, and now he wants to keep it and gather information at the behest of most of the party.
Hi, my name's Eric. I'm playing Orson Turner. He's a monk. Orson is a very well-aged male human, not a very fit man when it comes to strength, but he is very energetic and likes to roll around and jump around. He's quite quick. Last session, Orson was a little distraught at the end. He learned that his death happened about 20 years ago, and he's rather worried about his family and what has happened in that time span.
Hi there, I'm Stefan. I'll be playing Theo, our half-elf paladin. Just kind of average height, but strong, stoic style of character. The last couple of sessions, he's been building up his friendship with I was going to say unspeaking, but no, very much speaking 6th member of the party, Dawn, the Dawnbringer blade, which last session we were able to finally use, reveal Dawn's true power, taking down some zombies, which was really, really awesome.
All right. So with everyone...
Still don't trust that sword. I'm sorry.
So previously in Illustera, after being reborn in a strange cave and venturing down a mountain slope laden with a trove of magical items, our fated few clambered down an immense cliff and ventured toward the ruins of Feudgard. They crossed a ring of clear cutting around part of the ruins with a deep trench at its center. Entering over the massively overgrown wall, the party dealt with some zombies dressed in the red and purple colors of Thrum, and the 4 survivors trapped in a nearby building were rescued and learned to be Lieutenant Alhan, a soldier of Thrum, 2 of his men, and a prisoner. The prisoner shared secretly with Maxwell that the information he stole was hidden nearby. After retrieving it, the party learned that it was a rough blueprint and schedule about the Coronal's main chamber, the City Council of Thrum, with a large unmapped section marked as a Leicester's Eye. There was a great deal of discussion about whether or not to turn the information over to Alhan at the end of last session, and we're going to pick up again there as that conversation is wrapping up. Evening is approaching, and a light drizzle of rain makes these overgrown ruins feel even swampier than they already are. You're huddled in your own barricaded structure currently and have an hour or two before the long shadows cast by Droom's fading light vanish as the sun dips behind the western mountain peaks. So I guess you guys want to kind of recap where, so we've had a lot of chatter in Discord over the last week about what to do with these docks and everything. You guys want to kind of take a second and sort of summarize where we're at and what the plan is going forward, and then we'll pick up from there.
I guess we could do it like from our perspectives as our characters.
Sure.
So Maxwell at the beginning of the conversation was like, we can keep these documents and then we can go into the city, follow the guards into the city, and then find something there, something to do with the shadowy figures that were threatening to kill the prisoner's family, help out the prisoner in some way, save his family, etc. Throughout the course of the conversation, Orson was like, oh, why don't we just hide them back where we found them? And I was like, that's a great idea. So Maxwell was like, okay, change of plans a little bit. Instead of keeping the documents, we hide them, but we still look for more information and don't tell the guards anything.
I think the biggest hurdle for Maxwell has been Calder's steadfast mindset, or I guess stubborn-headedness in his thinking that hiding the documents from Throom and from the lieutenant is kind of like an evil thing, like trusting the guards over some random prisoner, like he's a prisoner for a reason. Even if his family's been threatened, he's been coerced by this shadowy figure to do this, he's still done it. And maybe he didn't know that he could go to the authorities. So like, basically, yeah, being trusting of the authorities as opposed to the shadowy figure, the right thing to do is to hand over the documents. Adding in that we still have a chance to help the prisoner. We can still offer to help the city chase down this shadowy figure. Maybe our price for that is sparing this prisoner's life. Realistically, though, we know nothing about this guy in chains, and most people will say anything to be free of chains. So there's a little bit of uneasiness with Maxwell's desire to help a random person over the established city. The city could be corrupt too, though. I'm just saying.
Dev agrees with Calder that we should turn it into the authorities with a kind of caveat, not exactly the same reason as Calder, but Dez very much feels like nobody should get hurt in all of this, and hopefully the true story, all sides of the story, can be revealed. If this does go to a court proceeding or something of a trial, but he's putting a lot of faith in the words of Calder and Theo as to having faith in the authority figure in Throom, that this guy won't be charged with a crime unless the whole story has come out. So yeah.
And I forgot, I do want to add, as far as the placing the documents back where they were and acting like we never found them, super against that. Ignoring a problem doesn't solve it, help it, make it go away. The problem still exists. So that was another point of contention, yeah.
For Theo, looks like we lost Corey's video.
I'm still here. My video feed's just being weird. Give me a second.
For Theo, his big thing was of course, he worships a god who is all about justice, who's all about, lawfulness and everything like that. And so, as such, who else can we trust but the city? And he is from that city, so he does have a bit of a prejudice with that. But at the same point, it's like, but as jumpy as these guards are, we potentially would be too had we been stuck in this, zombie infested land and everything like that. And so, it's understandable. They don't seem shifty, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. It's like he they don't seem any more shifty or any more like out of place and everything like that. It doesn't seem like they're hiding too much. I guess they're only being secretive because it's like, well, here we are coming up on a military operation and asking for top secret documents, which we have no rights to, especially when we've come off as so untrustworthy, unfortunately, because we haven't really given them a lot to work with because we don't know either.
Trying to cast spells in front of them and drawing weapons, right? Yeah,
and it's like, don't worry, I'm
trustworthy.
I wonder who did that.
Yeah.
They drew weapons on us first, to be fair.
Because
understandably
was casting a spell, yeah.
Are words not weapons?
Well, then on top of that too, Calder did try to break down the door without saying hi first. That the zombies were trying to break down. Theo is very much about like, no, let's try to get the guards involved. Let's go ahead and try to get the town involved, and let's go ahead and speak on this person's behalf and try to plead the case and say, I agree. Let's try to take up this cause or whatever, while trying to figure out what's going on. And let's try to go ahead and clear this person's name. If he actually is innocent, then he does deserve a fair trial at the end of it all. That's how Theo feels.
So I think I have an appropriate line to pick up with
Hold
here.
on before you keep going. Orson, anything you want to add?
Well, he was told all the things that were happening because he was outside
pooping,
kind of freaking out. Oh, he was puking his guts out from just the shock of the 20 years dead. Where did that time go? Grandkids are growing. He probably has great grandkids now. So no, he came back and got told everything, and I guess his opinion was to kind of put it back. To the point of it, hiding a problem doesn't fix the problem. Well, it's not our problem, right? We stumbled upon this. We have nothing to do with it. We already rescued these people. I think we have enough on our plates already. We don't even know what we're doing. So to involve ourselves in another item, that's kind of where he's at. But he'll go with the group.
Okay.
Pressure.
So I think at the end of our in character conversation in Discord this week, I think we had kind of come to the conclusion that we had like a group vote. And we had voted essentially 3 against Maxwell and Orson with his own vote of put it back. So I think an appropriate line to start is, well, it's decided then. 3 versus 1. We hand the documents over to the lieutenant.
Yeah, I mean,
I think you're making a mistake, but you know what? Let's just see what happens. And I take out the little pamphlet, I guess, a little paper, give it a Calder.
Brochure.
No, the brochure. Would you like to hear our lovely castle?
I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to take the document and I'm going to walk over and very gently, almost as if I'm like touching Theo's shoulder, but with the document, I'm just going to set the document on his shoulder. Think you're a little more diplomatic and well-versed with guards of Thrum than I am. Perhaps you should be the one to give it to them.
We'll do so in the morning.
Sure, that sounds pretty reasonable.
I think we've bothered them enough for one evening.
Yeah, they probably are cranky for not having some rest after a couple of days of zombies knocking at their door. So maybe, we give them this one night.
Couple days of zombies in my boot.
Passes out immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, so to bed then, and you'll deal with this in the morning.
Yeah, I guess so.
And
Somebody
has a couple for the night.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna sleep with Pebble for the night. Actually, I'll ask Pebble. Pebble, can you be on guard? And I'll just have him. I'll just have him watch the door
From
Like the corner.
from inside.
Our door
Yeah.
or the other door?
from the inside.
Oh.
Our door. Actually,
Well, I was going to suggest that let's keep an eye out. I mean, can we see out from our structure and everything like that, like safely, like do we make ourselves any visor slits or anything like that so we can still keep a watch on the streets and especially on the other building?
That's a great question. Let's see where we left off here.
Boom, boom, boom.
battle map.
I'm gonna say yes. This ruined window right here. The glass pane's broken. You can see out from there.
Perfect. I'll put Pebble right there.
Okay. Yeah,
Going outside. Oh yeah, that's right. That's where I left off.
prop him
Just
up
needed
on
to
a little
cool
end
off.
table,
Yeah.
and he just chills and works on his fur under his arm, and then just goes back to keeping watch.
There you go.
Okay. So you guys then are buckling down for probably a bit of an uneasy night here. The rain drizzles on and it kind of lulls you to sleep with its soft patter outside. Nothing immediately awakens you like the sounds of things passing by, unknown figures or monsters shuffling or anything like that. Although at one point, Maxwell, Pebble does nudge your arm a little bit and wake you up from the middle of your sleep.
Oh God, Pebble, what is it? Something happened?
He kind of thinks at you, moving, angry, other house.
I look through the window pane, and I see. Is anything happening?
You give me a perception check first.
Perception. +0. Oh, that's a 2.
All right. You
Lorraine.
don't pick anything up at the house specifically, but he does wake you up in just enough time to see the two figures passing by. Let's see, where are we here? Yeah, coming out quietly, arms and shields drawn, walking out down the road to the south of this way and out of view.
That's the way towards the thing, right?
That is toward kind of the main road that you came in on. Toward the that dais.
That tree.
Yeah, that Orson
Yeah,
found the
the
stuff
dais.
from. Yeah.
Okay. I'll go over and I'm assuming I was here. I'll go over and quietly try to wake up Orson.
Okay.
Be like, Orson,
Yeah.
how good are you at scouting?
Never done it.
Well, today's gonna be your first day then. Today, I don't know if I should wake anybody else up, but I think the guards are trying to go towards the place that you found the brochure. They're heading south right now.
All of them.
Just 2.
Okay. And you think that we should go and watch them?
I'm saying that you should go and watch them. I don't know what to do from here though. But I'm assuming since you're the fast one, you can catch up. And I'm not really good at sneaking around or anything, so I don't know. I think you're better at it.
All right. Orson gets up. And,
Just
you,
let me know,
poke his,
okay?
poke his head out the door.
And then I whisper him in his head. You have 2 minutes. Wait, I think it's 3 minutes.
I think it's a minute per level, so it'd be 2.
2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to tell me everything that you see, and then I can't hear you anymore. Time starts now. Go.
Right, I will quickly zoom down, I guess, and see if I can see where these guys went.
Okay, so you're gonna follow them through the streets here. All right. I would like
Be as quiet as possible.
I would like a stealth and a perception check from you, please.
Stealth.
+4.
Nice.
Solid.
Man for the job.
Perception.
Mm,
10.
Okay.
It's the rain, man.
Better than mine.
It is.
Gets
Yeah.
in your
It is.
eyes.
It's tough to see here. With the rain dripping along and falling off of roofs and out of trees and everything, the sound is pretty muffled. It's pretty foggy still tonight as well. That hasn't left the air. And between that and the moon not shining quite as brightly as it did just a little bit ago here. A bit ago, meaning like about a week ago, before you guys left that mountain stronghold. You are, well, yeah, you are unable to find them in the darkness and the mess here. Where are you gonna go?
I'm going to go back. Couldn't find him.
Yeah, so you
Across
get,
the
I kind of think you get out of the house and down, like kind of about to the main road area. Not too terribly far away before you're just like, who knows?
Yeah, screw this, right? And then he's just going to like come back up along the house here and just like face the building like he's going to take a pee in case anybody's watching him.
Okay.
He pretends to do that. Then he just kind of moseys back inside.
Okay. He's an old man. You got to get up several times during the night.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't find them. It's rainy. It's cold. I'm going back to bed. Bye.
Perfect.
You don't think we should tell the group about this?
Go ahead.
I think they'll like some sleep too. Maybe. Not sure.
I mean, they may just be doing patrols. You know.
Patrols out here? I don't think so.
What? I don't know what they would be doing. I guess. Keep an eye out. Maybe continue. I couldn't
Okay.
find them.
A problem for the morning, I guess.
Okay. You guys settle back down, place your penguin back in place, back at the window, to keep an eye on things.
I'm not gonna sleep until they get back.
So you lie down and just kind of wait, tapping your fingers, grabbing the arm where that shadow first leached into your body, and you wait a few minutes longer, a few minutes more, maybe 10, 15 minutes or so pass, and they have not returned yet. Orson and Dez got back pretty quickly when they went to go sniff this stuff out. They were back in maybe 5 minutes or so. So I don't know, maybe they're having trouble finding it for some reason. At about that time, from some distance away, it's hard to tell, everything's muffled by this fog, you hear a scream followed by some muffled shouting, and the shouting continues some short distance away.
I'll get on my toes and be like, everybody, wake up, this, stop, what the? And I'll just be like, kind of like putting the barricade down, trying to like get the door open for everybody, and just like especially Theo, I'll just be like, wake up.
Okay.
Theo gets up quickly, just where, dog in hand.
Shoot, Orson. And then I wake up Orson and I'm like, Austin, I heard a sound. Something happened. Show everybody where at least you went, right? Oh God.
Well, I'm glad we don't have to tell anybody because my invisibility spell would have came in great use there, but it's fine. Let's go.
Yes, Theo, considering
Let's
he
go.
would not have enough time to put on his armor, at least just grabs his shield and grabs Dawn and runs outside.
Okay.
To kind of do a quick look around.
Okay. Yeah, you get outside and are kind of scoping out the area. Things seem quiet at the house across the street. You don't see anything immediately around you here. The sound, now that you're out, the shouting sounds like it's coming from the southeast somewhere. It's definitely not due south of you. And Orson, you would know that's roughly where the pedestal was. It's somewhere a little off to the side from that.
All right. Well, are we gonna help him or what? Let's be moving.
And just checking
Does it
something real
sound
fast.
human?
Sorry.
Yeah, it definitely sounded like a human shout. And
I
she was
will-
struggling.
I was gonna say
Hold-
Theo. Go ahead.
Nope, go for it.
Well, I was just gonna say Theo is, don't have enough time to put on armor. So yeah, Theo does say go ahead. You're running over to the other building.
Yeah, I want to run over and just like look in here. Is the prisoner still alive? Is there anyone still in this building?
The door is still barricaded from the inside here.
I definitely don't want to kick it. Maybe like a light jingle just to see if it'll open,
As you tap on the door, you hear a voice from the other side. Lieutenant?
Theo basically hollers over his shoulder. He's like, "Tell him to hurry," and then starts running towards the direction of the sound.
Des will follow.
Orson will follow if they're running. That's fine.
I'm just going to say, your lieutenant may be dead. If you have any fight left in you, you should accompany us to his screams in the forest. And I'm just going to take off running.
Okay, yeah, you hustle away from the door, and as you're leaving, you just hear like a put, and then you guys hustle off, get to the main road, and following the sounds of shouting, you can hear one man shouting, "Get me down! Kill this son of a bitch!" And yeah, just chaos. The trees are whipping in the wind. It's madness. You get down to the south, roughly toward where that dais was, Orson, that you went and explored, and it sounds like this is off to the east from you. The moonlight is roughly illuminating that huge tree standing next to the church.
I guess we'll head over there. No.
All right. Off you run to a strange scene as you come through the little gate. So this opens up into a little bit of a graveyard. It's kind of walled off gently with a low rising fence, sort of. That is stone in parts, wood in parts, dilapidated all across. And as you approach, you can see. You can see this.
Boom, 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 boom,
Dun,
boom,
dun,
boom.
dun. Oh,
Ah!
Whoa! What the?
that is a tree woman.
I'm not in love with the
Oh,
image that it
tree
came
woman.
with, but that's what we're running with.
Okay.
Yeah, as you come in here, you see Lieutenant Alhan hanging by his feet from these willow branches of this enormous tree. One of his soldiers standing off to the side here with a torch in one hand and sword in the other, kind of trying to parry off some of these like whipping vines from this tree that is holding one of them and clearly animate and aggressive here. As I mentioned previously, the tree, everything here just looks like thick but dead. And this tree is no exception. Theo, you've got Dawnbringer out. So I'm going to give you an aura. Change aura
Light.
to light of 15 and 15.
Ooh, I don't have dark vision. That's right.
I think that does it. Does that
I
not?
have 30 feet of blind sight, guys.
So is this the altar where the documents were found?
No,
It
that
was
would be
circle
off
thing.
to like the west of where you're at right now.
Oh, that's right. It wasn't directly south. I understand. Yep.
It should be. I don't know why Theo's not lighting up here for me. That's weird.
It's not glowing.
But yeah, this is the scene that you come across. Alhan has a sword out in one arm, and he's like trying to swing at these vines as he's being whipped about. Yeah, what are you guys doing?
I suppose I'm just Calder, quick to action, understanding that no innocent person should be dying to vines or whatever is going on here. I'm just going to say, whoa, it just put a huge light thing on my...
Yeah, same.
Yeah, that's
Torch.
I put that as a little too big. There we go.
That's the
better.
torch.
Yeah, that's his torch. I just figured out.
Does the tree thing, this thing look alive to me?
It is. Yeah, it's not like it's swaying in the breeze. It is acting of its own volition, clearly.
Okay, I'm just going to draw my longsword, start charging forward as I pass through my friends here. I'm just going to say, time for action. And as I approach the tree, I'm just going to be commanding it like, drop the lieutenant. And I'm going to run up and I guess try to cut him down if I can make it that far.
Okay. What's everybody else working on here?
Essentially, Theo was going to basically be doing the same thing as trying to get the lieutenant down, so he would be charging for that vine. Oh gosh, along the way, I think
There we go.
Gosh, I can never remember how they do it again. I would like to cast Divine Sense on the way, as I'm charging towards it to just basically make sure that it's not anything too evil. I mean, granted, this entire place is overtaken and everything. It's like, is this actually like a fiend of some kind or something along those lines?
Okay, sure. All right, I'm gonna say, since y'all are pressing in and pushing into this fight that's already kind of going on here, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
I believe you need to clear the old initiative order.
Oh, do I?
Mm,
Okay.
Oh, I do see combat.
good catch. Sweet.
15, not bad.
And
No
this is
whammy
why I like Dex fighters, guys.
Damn, Orson with the 18.
Oh, hey, on our on our sleep of the night, would we have regained health points?
This is middle of the night, so no, not yet.
I got more HP than you. More tankier than a fighter. Come at me, tree monster.
Okay. So everybody is. You've got your actions, Orson. You are up. What are you doing here?
Really quick question. So just to be clear, if I used Second Wind last fights, it would still not be available to me, correct?
If it refreshes on a short rest, then that is correct.
Okay.
It does.
It does, yes.
I'm gonna move up to about here, not getting any closer, and I'm gonna look for other enemies such as zombies, because I know that they may be around.
They
And
do
they
exist.
Keep an eye on us. Yeah, so we're in this creepy ass graveyard looking thing.
Okay. Yeah. If you want to take your action to do that, go ahead and give me a perception check.
20.
Oh.
Ooh.
Or was that earlier?
Persuasion.
Oh, I'm
Oh.
sorry.
He's trying to talk you into letting you use persuasion instead of perception.
I convinced the
it
zombies
is
to
a plus
leave.
2 as well. 20.
Wow.
Same roll.
Right.
All right. Yeah. You as you're looking around, You don't see any other animate bodies around here besides this tree and the two soldiers in front of you. That said, it is like it's fog everywhere, and fortunately, you can see it on the map as well, just for ambiance.
Nope, fair. Just wanted to make sure.
All right, then Maxwell.
All right. If I wanted to cast 2 cantrips in 1 turn, is that possible?
If you have
I
twin
forget.
spell, yes. You can't
What if I have
cast
quick spell?
or quicken spell. Sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah, you can't cast 2
Okay.
leveled spells on the same turn.
Okay, perfect. Just clarifying. So I will use 1 sorcery point to cast at this tree lady firebolt twice.
Okay.
So that's my first one.
Oh yeah.
And that's my second.
Damn.
Sick.
18, 18, 19, 18 on the rolls so far.
Damn.
And then so
Good
14
damage.
damage.
Wow. Good start.
Good. Yeah, that's a hell of an
Ah,
opening.
And I just go.
Yeah, you rocket the fire into let's see, I need to math. Into this thing. And it it scorches like right into the bark. And as swampy as this place is, this tree must be dry and dead because that does a ton of damage, more than you would have expected.
Hope for that.
Yeah. The tree kind of in some weird guttural moan or releases like a weird guttural shaking moan as well at that action.
Okay.
You moving at all?
Nope.
All right.
That's in my.
Alhan is going to attempt to break free and fail. So he is done there. Dez, you're up.
I will step forward in my 3'3" stature. 5, 10, 15. I'm within 60 feet of him. I'm gonna utter a word, but it's like Captain America in Infinity War where he said "assemble" like in a whisper, and everybody and the whole army heard. I'm gonna cast. Oh shoot! It's not telling me. Oh, I have to send again. Like there we go. I'm gonna cast command. I'm going to speak in Druidic.
Okay.
Hopefully that helps. Towards the tree, and I'm gonna say, "Drop,"
Okay.
and that is my turn.
That is a 20 on the save. That's going to pass. It
Oh.
it
Damn.
ignores your commands. You have no power here.
Yeah. turn.
Do we
Corey,
hear that?
What?
Uh,
Oh no, it doesn't
do
say
we-
that. It doesn't say
Okay,
that back. Sorry.
okay.
Just me.
Corey. By the way, oh, never mind. Sorry.
That's
I thought-
Corey
oh,
being devious, not the evil tree being devious. I understand.
All right, that's your turn.
Yep, that's my turn.
Okay, with the arrival of the rest of you, this has gone from to be more of a pitched fight for this fella. So this tree in front of you, as it's shaking Alhan around, you can see it kind of lift up and then sort of like push its trunk down into the ground, and you can see along the ground these little tendrils of roots kicking up along the dirt. Some of them run right past you guys over toward this right section, and one of them runs along through this area, and you hear all of a sudden these trees around you. Oh, hold on, there we go. Shake their limbs and kind of pick themselves up, standing tall above the ground here. This other fella, he is going to, I think he's going to rush up and around and try to get to the lieutenant. 20, 25, 35, 40. He's got a double move. I'll have him go around a little on the outside there. Okay, yes, he's going to get over there and start making moves like he's going to try and get his lieutenant down out of the tree there. Theo, you're up.
shoot, that changed.
Me change things?
Well, so gosh, they're more than this big one. I mean, we can't tell. We can basically just tell that they're plant-like and everything like that. And I guess my question, my first question was was I able to get my?
I was just going to say that, yeah, since that's more kind of an intuition thing, I'm going to let Divine Sense go off.
Okay.
This tree down to the south here registers as undead. The two to the north do not. You do sense. Let's see. What all do you get with this?
Within 60 feet, I can detect anything that is undead, fiend, or celestial,
That is not
unless they are
cover.
unless they're behind total cover.
Okay, so
Yeah, that's right. I can. Wait, how do I do that? So that way everybody at home can see.
you know there is one more undead entity over about here-ish, but you do not see anything.
Okay. Well, sucks because I want to be up in melee with those two, but at the same point, Theo is going to just yell. He's going to yell Calder and point over to that. Where he sensed that, he's like, watch there and everything, and then he's going to turn around and put himself over here next to this tree creature to guard our flank.
Okay. Taking an action.
Yep, I will be attacking it with Dawn for an 18.
Ooh, yeah, that'll hit.
God.
+7, damn.
But,
What in the world?
but unfortunately, it's not undead, so it only does 11 damage.
11 is still a chunk of
Only
change
11
here.
damage.
Only. He said.
My more vicious mockery.
All right. Then next up, as you you sink your blade into this tree over the little low fence here, and it doesn't wail in the same way as that first one did. You're just kind of hacking bits of the bark off and everything. Calder.
Okay, having seen Theo point in the other direction and then run that way, and the other guards going around the thing, in frustration, I'm just we gotta tighten this up a little bit. I'm gonna take a couple steps this direction and just goddamn cursed forest, raising zombies, living trees. What does this do? I'm gonna look at the ring I'm wearing on my hand, and I'm just gonna feel the energy and focus on it, and I am going to throw vitrolic sphere
Okay.
in a 20-foot radius on this creature.
Say that again. Where?
It's a 20-foot sphere,
Right.
20-foot radius, right on top of the tree lady.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
Because that's 20 square feet, right?
Yeah, that's a lot. You place it in a way where it doesn't hit Alhan and them.
Okay. So that is a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Or take
10d4 acid
that's
damage.
a lot of acid. Okay. Let's see.
10d4. What is this? It's in your ring. Eh?
Dexterity save. That's not a great one. We're looking at a 12.
Okay. I don't have a spell save DC.
Because it uses, I think, the DC the caster that put it in, right?
I believe so, but it had it in there when I got it.
Yes, it did. Yeah, you would be looking at a DC of 18 for that. So it definitely failed.
Oh my god.
So go
Okay,
ahead and roll your
so-
10d4.
This is the most dice.
D4. Crazy.
Holy
That's
fuck, you
not
guys.
bad.
Good roll.
It's such a good roll.
And it takes 5d4 acid at the end of its next turn.
My God.
Okay.
Very continuing on with this angry, like, trudging of zombies and trees. We gotta tighten this up. I'm just gonna finish my movement this direction and look in the direction that Theo pointed in.
Okay. Holy
To
moly.
be clear, frustrated with the overall demeanor of our party just scattering in combat, no structure at all. Very, very frustrating.
All right. Okay. This tree to the northeast side, Theo, having just struck it, it is going to rear its whole body back and just kind of like throw itself down upon you, Whomping Willow style. That's going to be a 19 to hit,
Gonna
which
hit.
I think Oh yeah, because you're not wearing your armor.
Didn't have time.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm literally only blocking with my shield right now.
It is
And
underwear.
I still have an armor class of 15, which is how badass that shield is.
Yeah, that's solid. It's not going to block the 10 damage you're taking from this though.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, just kind of like the fence between you two is crumbled now, and as it lays down on you, some of its branches like sticking into your arm a little bit here and there. You got bark cuts as it lifts back up and rears back for whatever comes next here. Okay, that was a lot. This is going to be. So as that's going on, and Calder, as you kind of point your ring out at this tree to the south, you all of a sudden kind of become very aware of the fog around you.
Oh no.
It almost seems to like thicken around you as you cast this spell. Can I get a Constitution saving throw from you, please?
No. No, you can't. No.
Just an automatic fail then.
All right, let's see. Saving throws, con. Oh, natural
Ooh.
Oh
one.
my God.
That's not good.
That succeeds,
Plus
right?
4 and
Oh, totally. Yeah, that succeeds. Calder, you are going to take 6 points of necrotic damage.
Oh no.
And your hit point maximum is also reduced by 6.
What?
So as you're pointing this ring out, you can see from your eyes and your nose, like from the orifices around your head, there's suddenly the mist around you starts to just become red, and you feel a little wet, and there's no pain to it. But you just kind of are suddenly aware that there is blood seeping out of your body a little bit and absorbing almost like veins into this mist around you. We'll go ahead and unhide this token now.
Oh God.
Oh, what? It's literally the mist.
Orson.
Uh-huh. Oh, my turn? Or you? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. You're up.
I was scared.
Orson
How do I
dies.
change my max HP?
I think on your character sheet, there's if you click into your HP, there's a way to adjust, like add a modifier to it or something.
Yeah, like if you click on the HP,
Override
then
max HP. Yeah, if you click on it.
Oh, yeah.
and you go
Or no,
down.
just put a max HP modifier for now.
put max HP modifier bottom left. Yeah.
Oh, that
Mm.
works. Anyway,
Right.
I would have really seen him take. Oh, why are you down to 1, bud?
No, I'm fixing it. Sorry. What was I at? 7?
8.
You're
Alright.
at
8.
8.
Okay, I got it figured out now.
Oh, it gives you damage when you reduce your max. Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have really seen him probably get hurt, so I would have saw Theo get messed up. So I'm gonna make my way over to this thing with my crazy movement, and I'm gonna take a stab at this tree, I guess.
Punch the tree.
Never stabbed a tree before. I'm gonna do it with my spear, actually. Attack. I won't roll damage the first. That's a 13.
13. Come on, mouse. 13 hits exactly.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Alright.
That'll be 13
Damn,
damage.
Nice. Okay, yeah.
And then doing a. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Yeah, you tear into the trunk of this thing even further.
Yeah, and he's gonna just after stabbing, he's gonna pull back. He's just gonna give him a quick roundhouse into the tree. You know, what's his name? Style and kickboxer.
Alhan,
Jean-Claude Van Damme,
yeah.
baby.
Okay.
Jesus.
For 5 more damage.
JCVD style. That's all right.
JCVD. I can't even say that.
You know what I'm talking about. He tries to break the tree down with.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah. That's from Kickboxer, right?
Yeah.
I think he practices on
Highlander.
trees in Bloodsport too, doesn't he?
Oh, that's the one I was thinking of. Bloodsport.
I was going to say, I thought that was Bloodsport.
No, it's in Kickboxer too. He kicks the tree until he breaks his leg.
That's Bloodsport.
We're going to have to. Okay, we're adding this to the.
Viewing
The
party.
twins are what we're talking about. We'll add it to the list. Move
Guys,
back
we're
one.
playing D&D right now, okay? Jean-Claude Van Damme is not important.
It is for this. I'm kicking a tree.
It's relevant. It's relevant.
Kicking a tree's ass.
All right. Anything else from you?
No, that's
All
it.
right, Maxwell.
All right. So, question. I want to use my magic missiles.
Mhm.
Can I just split them to where like I just use as much as possible until the thing dies, and then I can use the rest for something else? Or do I have to be like, oh,
I'm gonna
5
say,
are going here?
yeah, I'm gonna say you have to designate it since they're all fired at the same time.
Okay. So, I'm not sure how it's gonna work. I can't. Hello. Okay, now it's just saying I have 4 charges left. Interesting. Okay, so I'm just gonna do. Sorry. 5 D4s plus 1, so plus 5, but I don't know how to put it. What are glitching?
Okay, so
Plus
you
5, so 18 damage to that tree right in front of me.
It's the tree right in front of you. Okay, so 5. Okay, so you put 5 of them. Okay, and I think you've got
Yeah.
1 or
more.
2 more, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
13. Okay, so with this concentrated wailing, those missiles having this kind of pit being opened up in the center of it by Orson's kicks, you just launch your missiles right inside, and the whole tree kind of splits apart from
Nice.
the inside there.
And then I'm gonna use 2 more, and it's gonna be like I'm just gonna rip a star in 2, and just go like phew towards one tree, and then phew towards the big tree.
Sure.
So and then plus 2, so 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay. Yeah, you with that, I'm gonna say, well, no, because I want to do something with that on its turn, which is coming up here. Yeah, you fire them off, break off several of its branches. This thing is hanging on by a thread.
Okay, that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. The one to the top left up here, the tree to the top left, with nothing in reach of it, or nobody in reach of it, it is going to reach some of its willowy tendrils down, wrap them around one of the tombstones at its base, pick it up, and just chuck the tombstone at Dez, who is standing nice and alone right in the middle of the road here.
I'm 3'3", so I have to count for something.
I'm going to give you half cover for being kind of behind this
Let's
fence here,
go.
so that adds 2 to your AC. Keep that in mind.
Gotcha.
That's going to be a 14 to hit.
Misses.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, yes.
Good.
It
I
launches
duck
it at
under
you.
the tombstone. I peek back up.
Yeah, and it kind of it just kind of embeds itself in the dirt just a little bit past you. But that's all it's got. All right. Alhan is going to switch tactics and take a stab at this tree, seeing as it is fairly wounded here. What are we looking at? Oh my god. That's going to be an 8 to hit. So not so much.
And an all hand sucks.
I'm sorry, he's
could
not
take
rolling
him.
well.
Is he still
Take
hanging?
them on.
Is he still hanging?
He's still
Same thing
hanging
in combat
upside
is not a
down, yeah.
requirement.
I mean, that's pretty fair.
Des, you're up.
I will look around. My eyes are concentrated on Theo, Max, and Orson, but specifically Theo. I'm getting ready to strum my cittern and getting ready to imbue my hand with green glowing energy. And then I hear some sucking noises happening behind me. I'm like, I turn around, Calder, are you all right? And then I look towards Calder, and do I see this fog form?
You can see, yeah, there's like a specific section of fog that's hanging sort of just up and off to the side of his head that is starting to redden noticeably.
Okay, I will I will go 5. Can I jump over the gate or no?
I'm going to call it difficult terrain for you. So yes, but it'll be 10
Dang
feet.
My 3.3. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh God, 25. And then shoot. Okay, that changes things. Sure, why not? I'm gonna go play the cittern and strum towards Calder, so Calder hears my beautiful tunes, and then my hand's gonna be a glowing green energy. I'm just gonna put that into, I guess, like the side of your thigh, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wound.
Okay.
Ooh, 11, but
Nice
I mean you
roll.
don't need that much.
Hell, I have 8 health currently out of a max of 11.
I know. But Des will say, "Don't worry, I can take this guy on. Just me and him." And that's my turn.
Okay. Big boy down south. Probably its last turn here. Definitely its last turn here. I guess spoiler alert. Okay, so it is going to
Once it take its acid damage
at the end of its turn. Yeah.
The end of its turn.
So with all of this damage, the thing is just enraged and just like croak, like that gravelly deep sound, and it just sort of whips Alhan around and slams him on the ground. Not gonna doesn't kill him by any means, but puts a little chunk off of him here. And I think, yeah, he's got 2 attacks. He's just gonna do it again.
Round 2.
Confirming crit.
Oh.
Flat roll. Okay, that's going to be, what is that? 10, another 18 damage off. So Alhan is not looking great. That second smack, the tree kind of like nailed him against the edge of the fence post here, and you see him kind of like dazed for a second, hanging upside down. But as that happens, the last of the acid that has just been slowly melting the backside of the tree finally works its way to the center, and it kind of collapses under its own weight, just toppling over to the side into this little courtyard here. As it dies, this tree in the back left, as it's kind of like leaned over in this weird arching pose, just kind of freezes in place and stays there.
Sick.
Alhan's second in command here rushes down, cuts the last of the vines up, and helps him up and kind of hobbles him back toward the rest of you guys here a little bit. And just shouts out, "The fuck is this place?" Theo?
Seeing Des haphazardly run into combat again, he just, Des! And then I'm double moving and putting myself, basically coming up and in and positioning myself so I'm 5 feet within Calder and with Des.
Double moving.
Yes, because that's the only way I can get there. Even without armor, I can only move 30 feet. So And yeah, that's all I can do this turn is just get over into melee range with that fog.
Okay.
And but also keeping within distance of my allies.
All right. Calder, then you're up.
Having felt this mist, like, essentially squeeze my brain enough to make it bleed, I'm gonna reach up and touch my nose and see the blood on my hand and just a flare of like pain in my eyes. I'm just gonna scream out Viari, and I'm gonna swing down with the longsword of life stealing.
Okay. Oh, how fun and appropriate. 21
21.
definitely
Holy
hits.
I'm gonna re-roll my 1.
Okay.
Much
lot
better.
better.
Good reroll for 13 damage. Okay. I'm just looking at some things here for a second.
Are you trying to look to see if I regain that
Yeah,
my max HP?
I wanted to remember what your sword did exactly. Okay, yeah, you swing your blade right through the mist, and what seems counterintuitive, you feel the blade go through something here, which is a little odd. But yeah, you cut a slice off of this thing.
It's undead, correct?
It is undead.
I gain 10 temp hit points.
Damn.
Oh, because it's is that the part of the sword?
That's the sword.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's great.
Well, let's see. This is up for interpretation. I'm going to read this to you, Corey. When you attack a creature with this magic weapon and roll a 20 on the attack roll, that target takes an extra 10 necrotic damage. If it isn't a construct or undead, you also gain 10 temporary hit points. So
Oh,
is that
that's
only on a
only on-
natural 20?
only on
Only
the
on a
20.
20.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 10 temp HP on every hit. That'd be so OP.
Yeah, it would. It would. Okay.
Doesn't stack.
Nobody
It's not
makes
that
me
OP.
bleed my own blood.
Nobody's.
Stefan's a treasure. Also, I love that mustache is with us when Stefan moves now.
I want a frame poster of Tom Selleck.
That's what I'm getting everybody for New Year's.
Any movement or anything else, Calder?
No, I'm afraid to move.
Okay. Okay. So as Theo rushes in here, with Dawnbringer like drawn and getting ready to swing, this mist seems to like recoil as he approaches, and it is at his arrival is going to first off start to like burn away a little bit in the midst of this light. It is going to take a disengage action and shoot itself straight up into the air, about 30 feet.
Interesting.
So it is, yeah, effectively sitting just outside of Theo's light. How do I know you can do elevation? Yes, excellent. There's a little 30 to the left of its icon here. Not sure.
It's- I don't see it.
You might have to zoom in a little bit. That's where the elevation marker is noted. Orson, anything from you? I'm not sure. I don't think you have anything that could reach this. Is there anything else you want to do?
I want to move into the fancy. What's that crazy green thing following?
Sorry, that's my fault.
There's a gelatinous cube.
I don't know.
Scared me.
A 20-foot wide gelatinous cube. Imagine.
I'm so sorry.
What is that? What did I do?
I didn't even know I
Into
pressed
Into
anything.
the aura.
Okay.
Seeing this thing run away.
Okay.
And then I guess I will hold my action if he gets close. And I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna throw my spear, so I'll just wait.
Okay. Maxwell.
All right, so since it's just out of the light, I get disadvantage, right? If I try to shoot at it.
You will get disadvantage, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I.
How
You
big
said
is the torch? Is the torch's light bigger? Is he out of the torch's light?
He is out of the torches. Oh God, we've got a geometry a little bit.
Okay.
yeah. That's why I was using the square.
Solve for R.
You did it.
Got
A squared
calculated.
plus B squared.
This is 40 feet. It should. No,
6.5.
it should be in the. It should be in the light.
It is just barely inside the light of the soldier's torch. Yes, it's outside of Theo's torch. It is inside the soldier's torch, so you can see where it is.
Okay.
Don't call Dawn a torch. You might get offended.
I'm going
It's not
to.
PC.
Hunk a scrap metal torch.
I'm gonna shoot at the little mist cloud. Pew, pew, with a little gun.
Okay.
Nice roll.
Pew.
Oh, no, that's not a nice roll.
12 is not going to hit. It goes just kind of. It just whizzes off into the darkness, and you see the fire burn out in the clouds.
Okay. I'll end my turn there.
Okay.
But I'm up.
Nobody else can hurt him.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Des, Theo, Calder one more turn if you want to try and hit this thing or do something else, or we can call it here.
Des will look at Theo and says, "Are you ready, Theo?" And then he plays on a citern, "Fly like an eagle," and then he casts fly on Theo.
Oh my God.
That is sick.
Yeah, you have 60 feet of movement.
That is sick.
Let me post this in the chat.
That's incredible.
That's-
Okay.
That's amazing. Good call.
That is so good.
All right. Theo?
Oh man, just Dawn just flying over.
Oh, I guess I just see him holding up the shield and everything. Dawn right over, just bam, jump straight up, like charging at it essentially.
Okay.
In addition to, let's see, come on, baby, come on. 19.
Oh, yeah.
But real quick, I forgot to check. Do I need to state that I am divine smiting beforehand? Oh no, it says when I hit.
Yeah,
I can
when you hit.
When you hit.
Oh, I'm smiting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I can expend
It's
the radiant
it's
slot.
undead.
So it gets an additional 2d8 radiant plus 1d8 plus. Okay, there's a lot of. I mean, okay. I guess that's the question. Do all of these things stack? Is the question.
So you get the 2d8 for the smite. You get I think an extra 1d8 because it's undead. You get Dawn's damage.
1d10.
1d10.
1d10. You get 1d8 for regular damage for Dawn. 1d10 radiant. Wait, let me go back and read it over again. I can't remember because I thought it was. That's the whole thing. Like I want this
pulling
thing.
it up as well here. Okay.
Just start slinging dice, my man. Just start slinging dice.
1d8 Dawn plus 1d8 for it being undead, plus 2d8 for smite, plus 1d8 for smiting undead. Right?
Okay, 'cause it's saying 1d. Oh, that's a finesse. That's for finesse. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So 1d8 plus 1.
So
So
5d8.
1d8 plus 5d8
5d8.
essentially. Plus
Jesus Christ.
5d8
God.
plus
What have I
10.
done? 5d8 plus whatever your normal add-on is.
5.
I think it's
All right.
5.
Yeah, 5d8 plus 5. Okay, sorry about that.
That's
I was just.
terrifying.
What in the world?
Let's see here. Wait, where did my dice? Oh, there they are. You know what? I'm just gonna do it.
This is when you had physical dice. You zero them all.
Yeah, that's my problem. Is that like okay, I had my dice thing over there, but I don't anymore. So I'm just gonna do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's this plus 5. So well,
Plus 5.
16, 21 damage.
Oh my god.
21
Okay.
more damage. Yeah.
You go
Of just pure radiant damage.
You go just rocketing up into the sky, very reminiscent of your vision, actually. Rocketing into the sky,
Snap.
blade forward, and just like charge right through this thing. And as you approach, you can hear it screaming a little bit, and you just cut right through it, and the red just kind of like drizzles down in a little rain down toward the ground below and disperses into the rest of the fog cloud. Everything goes
That is
quiet on the battlefield for a moment here.
I'm immediately going to turn around, sorry, and I'm going to point at Lieutenant Alhan, and I'm just going to say, that's twice now we've saved your ass. Do you trust us yet?
Theo just kind of watching. Theo just kind of watching that smoke disperse and everything. He just kind of mutters to himself, and he's like, "Is that what he meant? Scrutiny?" And then just kind of floats down and everything, disengaging Dawn back down to the ground.
Okay. You've got fly for another 10 minutes, I believe, so keep that in your back pocket.
Yep. Oh yeah. Don't worry.
I just wanted to say I'd like to
What a plan,
envision
man.
that when the mist cloud died, Calder's blood rained back on him. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
give it back.
Absolutely.
Go back.
Yeah, you turn accusingly toward Lieutenant Alhan, who's got an arm around his second in command shoulder here, and just kind of gives you a quiet nod and a little bit of a smirk here.
What the hell are you doing out here anyway?
He pauses for a second. We have been aware that this prisoner took off with some sensitive items from the room. I'm not sure what exactly he was doing with them, if he was trying to hand them off to somebody. We started to follow him at the road, and he turned in here. I think he was trying to lose us. But over the last couple days, we've discovered that he dropped tossed some of it into the graveyard as he ran by. Just trying to find it. You gave us the opportunity to even get out of that house and do this little search. I was hoping to keep it quiet, as I said, state business, but since you're here, we're looking for a small set of keys, maybe 2 or 3, and also possibly a little red orb that fits in the palm of your hand.
Lieutenant, I just want to ask, what if you did find any information, any actual tangible proof that this fella did anything? Would he go to a trial, or would you have him immediately executed?
That's not for me to decide. But if I had any input, he cannot be trusted, and clearly breached the trust of the coronal by taking off with all of this information. That's treason as far as I'm concerned. There may not be a
that's one
battlefront,
side.
but this is still wartime.
Theo
One
is
side of
gonna.
the story.
I was just gonna say Theo is gonna try to, nonchalantly or whatever glance at Maxwell, both at Maxwell and Calder. Basically, just like essentially, he's trying to ask them. He's like, "Do you want me to go ahead with what we, do you want me to go ahead, or should I hold?" Just kind of giving both. Just kind of just basically like, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Maxwell kind of like puts his hand in his pocket, starts like whistling to himself. The stars look pretty and stuff.
I'm going to give you a positive nod, like, now's the time.
Orson's gonna zip around looking for the orb and keys in the light.
I'm
Well, you're
gonna.
looking to.
And then as and then finally he does look back at Dez.
I'll
That is the-
I'll
no.
approach lieutenant and with you.
Theo puts his hand out to stop you. Just
Gotcha.
hang back. And I just be looking down at Des, just as well, just making sure we're all on the same page. That's all.
Yeah, Des understands.
I'll be using a rock with light. I'll cast light on a rock and I'll
Okay.
just look around.
Okay.
And Theo also make sure to pat Calder's shoulder. It's like, don't worry. It's like, and Theo is going to go approach Alhan. I don't know how we want to proceed and everything with everybody, but yeah, he's going to approach Alhan.
Okay. Orson and Maxwell, go ahead and give me investigation checks while this conversation's going on. You guys are digging through bushes.
Can I also be looking around?
Oh yeah, sure. Des, if you want to go for it too, go ahead.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so Des, with your roll, you do find actually back in this corner, up like over here, kind of underneath this other now stopped tree, which is actually kind of hanging right over where you find these things. You're kind of like creeping around, looking up at it, poking through its roots and everything. Yeah, you do find a small little iron ring of keys and this little red orb sort of haphazardly buried in the foliage here above where the tombstone that it threw at you used to be. Yeah, so over the course of this conversation, you dig that up. Orson, with your check, as you're kind of scoping around and everything, you notice that there are little in the doorway to this mausoleum. There's almost like a layer of grease around the edge of the door frame, but it's sticky and red. It's probably blood. Door is shut firmly. Maxwell, nothing terribly interesting over on your side where you're at the moment.
Okay.
Okay, so Theo, Calder, you guys approach the lieutenant and his pal here?
Yep. And Theo pulls out the maps and everything, and from some of the information that we were able to glean from your prisoner, we found these. And he hands them over to Lieutenant Alhan.
He looks very suspiciously at you for an uncomfortably long time. Like, how in the world do you happen to have these? Before holding his hand out and taking the paperwork.
We have reason to believe that your prisoner is acting under duress. And I believe so as well.
He opens the little leather binding up and flips through the papers, just kind of nods at it, hands it to his second.
As he does, I'm just gonna add to that, and while we don't approve criminal behavior under duress, perhaps the death penalty is not an adequate punishment for this man. Also, understand now that we are here helping you, as we have saved your life multiple times and willingly handed over information that we've obtained. Perhaps in accompanying you back to Throom, we could be acknowledged for this.
Being blackmailed.
You absolutely will be acknowledged in my report. Thank you.
We believe he's being blackmailed, and we are happy. We will be willing to investigate this matter further.
Why?
Because even if there's a small chance that he's innocent, I wish to go ahead and explore that. That's the teachings of Droom. Justice. And equality. Fairness.
Well, You're a paragon under Vikram's teaching, I can see. That'll do him proud. I acknowledge that you have made an invaluable contribution to the success of this mission. And we'll see to it that you are rewarded when we get back to the city. If you're interested in pursuing this matter further, we can talk once everybody's safe at home and the prisoner's back in custody.
Speaking of safe at home, you should be aware the prisoner informed us that he was supposed to meet a shadowy and cloaked figure here, so
I knew it.
we may not be out of the woods just yet.
Did you say?
And as I say that, I'm going to look around at the woods.
Did you say anything else? Anything about them? A name? Where they're from?
He said that they would kill his family if he didn't do what they asked of him. But he did not give a name.
We'll get one back in the city.
Guys, hey, Orson here. Not sure if you remember, Master Potter. This crypt over here, it appears to be bleeding. Maybe the paladin wants to look.
Theo,
I'm gonna look around at the. Oh, go ahead.
I was saying Theo kind of just gives a little bit of a sigh, just like okay, because he's still recovering from that huge bruise the tree gave him. You're right. I'm on my way, and he makes his way over to the crypt.
Okay.
Dawn back in hand and everything. And
as you do, I'm just gonna
stand back here.
Go ahead, Stefan,
I'm sorry. It's like he just says like, Dawn, we are still needed, and like go ahead.
As you approach that, I'm just gonna say, if we've gotten what we came for, perhaps we just get the hell out of here.
I agree. That's whatever is happening with this place, with that building, with the monstrosities here. That's beyond the scope of what we're here to do. We settle in, we leave at dawn as planned.
At that moment, Dez will go up and he says, "Hi, I'm not sure if you remember me, Dez, the news. I found this," and he shows the ring of keys and the red orb.
He takes them gratefully. Keeps these. The paperwork he passed to his buddy. He hangs on to these ones. Sticks them.
Question.
Yeah.
How does Maxwell look right now with us giving all this information to Alhan and basically like revealing everything that Maxwell had found out in secret?
I'm like angrily searching, like under this bush, like something like that. Just not really. I'm like very. I'm trying to overplay how focused I am in the in like searching for things.
Okay.
Visibly upset though.
I mean, you can't really see my face, but kind of just off.
Okay.
I guess.
I feel like he's actually like over here in the shadows.
Yeah, probably.
He's got a light rock though.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There's a little smiley face.
Should we settle in then?
Oh yeah. Theo,
Back to the
I don't
cabin.
know.
Theo approaches the crypt and everything, and before he steps up or whatever, he puts his hand on his chest and just kind of like says a quick prayer to Droom and lay on hands for 10 hit points.
Okay.
I'm also gonna get Pebble to start searching as well. For anything.
Okay. I'm gonna say as part of your original role, there's no loot to be found here necessarily. Yeah, just interesting happenings.
Mm.
All right, you guys.
Just keep letting me search for it. Like, he didn't bother telling him that he found it.
You guys all just leave.
It's like, oh yeah, there's a thing over there, Theo. Go check it out. Everybody goes home.
Bloody grip, man.
Good day at work.
Yeah,
Yes, you guys gather yourselves your things, and yeah, your shining beacons of light in the darkness venture back north toward your dwellings. As you get up toward the residences, the night that never ends.
Yeah.
Yay.
Everything
get to this ill or Ravenloft. Come on.
Bone horror.
everything is quiet on the home front, it seems. The two buildings are as you left them. There are no zombies showing.
I don't know what that's about. Sorry.
I told you, it's a cube.
Hey, there's old Jelly, the gelatinous cube.
So you guys head into your room for a second after chatting for just a moment again with Alhan in a second, confirming the plans to leave in the morning. And as you start heading inside, they do the same, and you hear, "Shit! Get a bandage on that." Yeah, that's what's going on over there.
I'm gonna sprint over there.
Same.
Yeah, Theo was, field medic. Theo would definitely be over there.
You get over there. Everybody, as they walk in the door, you can see like this place is a mess already. But the barricade has been pushed to the side. The door closed. But inside you see one the third soldier sitting against the wall with a small blade in between the plates of his armor. The prisoner is not there.
I am so sorry. Did we just walk in to see the other guard stuck to the wall with a blade and the prisoner gone?
Kind of like slumped against it with a blade like in between the plates of his armor, not like pinned to the wall.
Is he still alive?
He does seem like he's still alive. Yeah. Like
I would like to push my way in to be able to do like is he dying? Is he like
he's I'm gonna call him at 0. Yeah.
okay? Shit, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and cast. I'm going to get in and just say Cure Wounds. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on him for 11.
Okay. Nice.
Damn.
Nice.
As I see this, I'm gonna turn around
pull
and
the
just
dagger out.
glare at Maxwell. Just this look back at Maxwell, and I'm just gonna mumble under my breath, "Save the innocent prisoner."
I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna look to my side.
Did it look like this prisoner would be capable of doing this himself? And also, does it seem like how the barricade is broken in? Did it seem like somebody pulled this, or did it seem like somebody pushed their way into here?
Very interesting questions. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check about the prisoner and an investigation check about the barricade.
I'm good at both of these. Let's go.
Okay, the barricade. It doesn't look like it was like smashed in. It looks like it was pulled away. Like it's still relatively intact. It was just moved so that somebody could pass through the doorway. The prisoner was not. You guys didn't have a lot of time to interact with him. He didn't seem like he was in poor condition. It's like a reasonably fit person. Spoke fairly well, seemed intelligent. The world's a weird place. Just look at the 5 of you. Seems like maybe he could have been harboring a secret, or maybe he got lucky. I'll say with those rolls, with that investigation check as well, you can tell that there was tussle in here. This wasn't just like a quick grab and shank. There was like maybe a fight over the blade or something, and the soldier lost.
I'm gonna look for footprints.
I'll relay that to everybody.
Is he awake now?
Yes, the soldier is awake now. He looks up and specifically at the lieutenant with just kind of like shame in his eyes, and says, "I didn't expect it at all. He's been so docile the last few days. Like he got the best of me. Got the jump on me. I'm sorry. As I was fading, I heard him say he had to go find somebody. He didn't say. I just said him. I gotta find him. I gotta find him. He'll make it right." Footsteps, no problem to find at all. He took off north toward down the other path, away from where you guys all went.
I'm gonna send Pebble over there. And Pebble, I'm gonna send Pebble dashing over there, so he's gonna be on his belly sliding.
Straight through the mud.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm gonna tell him when the tracks stop, come back, and I'll just focus my attention back at the group.
How fast is Pebble?
10 feet, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, 10 feet.
Got little legs.
If he's going through mud and you count that as a liquid, technically 30. Technically.
Does Pebble have
20 feet.
dark vision?
Oh man, Pebble, he is a rock.
Oh my god.
Well, he does. He has dark vision of 60 feet. That's right.
He's holding it like this.
Oh yeah, Pebble with penguin.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Pebble.
In the world.
I was gonna say the other funny thing, not to sidetrack real fast or whatever, but Dawn also has dark vision, and so I just think about
Really?
strapping Dawn onto Pebble. Like go.
Oh my god!
Turn off her.
Yes.
Dawn, lead the penguin.
Duct tape it between his flippers.
There you go.
Swing Dawn.
Yeah.
No, to just say, well, again, like we talk about how I said, like, oh, Dawn as a hilt or whatever is like on a leather strap or whatever. You wrap it around Pebble's neck and everything like that. He waddles into a room.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
I am the emissary.
So, oh my gosh.
Sorry. Anyway,
I'm gonna look to, no, that's awesome. I'm gonna look to Theo and to Lieutenant Alhan. What's the play here? If he truly was to meet someone here and he's run off to get him, we could be in danger. Do we move or do we hole up?
I'm in no shape to give chase right now. How are you all feeling?
I think we should go. I really do.
you what?
Go like leave, like back to the room?
Oh, sorry.
Chase
I
him?
probably should have been more clear. I meant chase him. I feel like that's appropriate since he felt like he needed to leave at this moment.
I'll slow us down, but I'm not going to leave again without being armored. As he still like rubs the remaining bruises on his chest.
Sure. Yeah.
Lieutenant, what's the importance of this prisoner versus the items and documentation we have? Is his capture essential?
Recapture.
No, it's not. What we have is the most important part. If we can keep what he knows out of enemy hands, all the better. But
How much of the information on those maps would be detrimental to Thrum?
it could end Thrum as we know it.
Would the knowledge in those documents alone?
I can't say more than that.
Well, I think riding through the night and trying to chase this guy is a small price to pay for
Tell you
A
what,
city.
Yeah, Theo goes back and starts to go. Theo's like, well, all right, and then Theo goes back and starts to back into the area, back into there, and starts putting on his armor again.
Alhan pipes up. If you'll head north, see if you can find him. Meet us at the eastern edge of the city. I left a couple men there with horses. There are 4 empty now. Where we hold up in a little farmstead out there. Look for that. Look for the horses. Let's meet there. I'll make ready, and we can ride as soon as you arrive.
Sure, I
Good.
guess. Sounds like a plan.
Lieutenant, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news here, but the 2 occasions that we've come across you when you haven't been in our presence here, you've nearly died. Are you certain you wish to split from us? Doesn't seem very strategic.
I think I'll slow you down at the moment. We could follow behind, but if we are trying to catch this man, a haste is of the utmost importance.
Well, if you don't make it to the horses on the eastern edge, Lieutenant, I'll kill you myself. And I'm going to smile and shoot him a wink. And then I'm just going to start walking north, like, ready to lay chase.
Not gonna wait for Theo and his armor.
I am. I said
Okay.
readying to lay
Okay.
chase. Also, do I have any indication on how to restore my max hit points?
No, you just feel kind of drained. You know what? I need to stop the battle music because we are not battling at the moment.
I feel like we are.
No. But I like that slight tension, though. That still is working
You want
for
to leave
me.
it on?
now.
Okay,
Like,
I'll keep it going.
no. Do whatever you want. But I was like, oh man, because it was tension still because it's like, oh wait, what's going on?
No,
Find music with a slight tension. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
the music,
Oh,
the experience is for you. So the music stays then. Okay, yes, you guys take a few minutes and prepare yourselves. Theo, you get your armor on. Any further?
real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only other thing too, was that would we be able to gosh, what was it? Like while I'm putting on the armor and everything like that, I do want to talk to Calder about that and everything, about what it was that afflicted him.
Okay, yeah, take a minute, chat, do what you want to do before we move on.
Because basically I'm trying to figure out if it's a poison or not. Because if it is a poison, one of Dawn's other abilities is lesser restoration, once per long rest. And so I can, as far as like that, if your hit points are affected because of that and everything like that, and I couldn't remember if it was a poison or if it was necrotic or whatever it was, or if lesser restoration would affect it.
Go ahead and give me a medicine roll.
That was basically what I was going for. Thank you. 22.
You are.
Damn.
Yeah, there's no wound on Calder. There's no like darkening of his veins, no necrosis visible anywhere. You are confident this was not a poison. This was something supernatural.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Sorry, my friend. We'll have to wait it out. I'll do my best. As he's continuing to put on his armor.
Yep.
I'll be looking through Pebble's eyes with my. I'll just actually stand. I'll crisscross applesauce. Look through Pebble's eyes.
Okay. Yeah, you watch him go out for about 100 feet north. It's dark. It is hard to see through his eyes out here. But he gets to the end of your range, and then your vision snaps back to you as he seemingly keeps going, looking for footprints in the mud.
Okay. And yeah, I'll just wait.
Okay.
Wait for everybody.
As soon as everybody's ready, I will start trudging forward very quickly, dashing.
Okay.
Same here.
Theo, you as you're getting your armor put together, Dawn speaks to you, just you, in your mind, and says, "I can't tell you how exhilarating it was to move through the air again. That was one of my favorite things with Unriat. Thank you for that."
You know, Theo kind of smirks and just like, really? It's like, well, my friend was the one who cast the spell, so I'll make sure it happens again. Because I'll have to admit, that felt exhilarating is the best word.
Felt right.
Just.
Aren't they the same thing? You guys banter just a little bit there.
I can see
Yeah.
it now. Theo's in love with his sword.
Well,
She,
again,
she always says just the right thing.
neutral good versus lawful neutral, man. I mean, I'm just saying. It's like the theological and philosophical discussions late into the night.
We're gonna find Theo wrapped up really tight in his sleeping bag, talking to his hilt.
No, you turn out. No, seriously, you are the light. Turn out the light.
He starts having bright dreams.
But yeah, as soon as his armor is ready to go and everything is like, all right, let's do this again. And then he heads up to everybody else and is ready to march out.
Okay. You guys, you head north through the muck, through the fog, trying to follow the track as best you can. You've got enough light, and the ground is soft enough that the tracks are pretty easy to follow within the city here. They approach the edge of, they kind of curve up to the north and then around over to the side, and you pass through what seems like a bit of a more, I don't know, commercial area. Calder, of particular interest to you, you pass the ruins of a building that you're pretty sure was probably a forge. And had you more time, you might stop to take a peek, but I don't know. Do you want to stop and take a peek? I don't want to speak for you. Okay.
No, the importance of the mission is too great, and I feel like I'd be putting everyone else at risk for selfish reasons, and that is no longer my way.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to treat this as a bit of just a brief little overland travel thing here. So as you guys are following these tracks, trying to hunt this prisoner down, somebody is going to need to be rolling survival to follow the tracks. What are the rest of you doing on this little manhunt?
We'll be investigating for any dropped items, any I don't know, things aside from tracks. Yeah, just investigating. I want to be like surveying everything for I don't know, traps. I don't know if that would be a trap thing, but definitely like I want any items that are dropped, anything of note outside of the regular tracking.
Okay.
Theo's gonna do his best to be on guard.
Okay.
Basically, just kind of listening and to a certain degree, it's just like trying to get acclimated to the sounds that are already around us. It's like, okay, it's late, it's night, and everything like that. And just trying to pay attention to disturbances in that in order to be able to, okay, do I need to use divine sense again? Kind of thing. Like, trying to just pay attention to like, wait, this sounds out of the ordinary and everything like that. We already know there's undead around, and so he's trying to actively pay attention for any undead, because my survival isn't great, but I guess I could do it.
Okay.
Orson's going to be practicing backflips.
And then Maxwell, I wanted to ask if I could get Pebble to help me on my survival, because Maxwell would like to check for traps.
Sure.
For tracks, yeah.
Pebble can assist with that. So okay. Maxwell will do the survival. Okay.
Do you want me to roll a survival check for him?
You can just roll with advantage.
Okay.
Des would just be looking out, keeping an eye out.
Perfect.
So are we all rolling now for our stuff?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. So Calder investigation, Theo and Des perception, keeping an eye out for trouble. Maxwell following traps here, or following tracks, not traps.
Yeah. Terrible
Theo's too
perception
busy
checks.
talking. Yeah, I was gonna say Theo's too busy talking with Dawn.
We're all distracted from our abilities by Orson just flipping all around us.
Even
Look at
even
this!
I
Look
love that.
at this! Look at this old guy go.
even in
He's
the muck.
crazy.
He's got the stamina of 10 young men.
Guys,
Oh.
guys, you ever seen a man flip like this? Amazing. This
Oh.
mud doesn't slow me down at all.
I'm going to be just using like a light rock to just like check around the ground, and then Pebble, he has dark vision, so he's just gonna be able to see
Sure.
whatever.
Okay, yeah, you guys carry on through the town here. The tracks hook to the left and kind of make their way toward the edge of the city. And you're following them even amid all of the overgrown shrubbery and vines, and like all of these buildings are being reclaimed by nature. You get back to that huge, thick, viney wall that you crossed over the first time, and the tracks go right up to it and over the side. So I presume all of you do exactly the same and just follow along the trail there. You're moving for probably about 30 minutes or so, maybe 40 minutes, like trying to follow these and find the source of them. The sound of that waterfall pouring off of the aqueduct is somewhere out in the darkness. It's impossible to know exactly how. I guess not impossible, but somewhere to the northwest of you here. And it kind of seems like that's the direction that these tracks are heading. In this marshy land, it's all pointing that direction. And the farther out from the city wall you get, the muckier the ground gets, the thicker, and the more you're starting to wade through like boot level water where it's accumulated here.
Perhaps,
Go ahead.
perhaps this is a losing battle. Should we retreat to the eastern wall and meet with the lieutenant?
Well, if I have to be in high water, I feel like we should keep on going. It's a small price to pay for the safety of a nation.
Finally, I hear you speak wise words, Des.
What is that
I'm
supposed to
with
mean?
Well, I think sometimes Look, this isn't the time for the conversation. Let's
All right. I expect to be resuming this.
The
Post haste.
the closer
Sorry.
up here, it's okay. I'm trying to find those the micro delay legs with online play are a little frustrating sometimes. Okay, so you guys you follow along and keep following the tracks of little broken sticks here and there. You don't come across anything overtly dangerous. So it's probably okay that I guess that everybody is busy watching Orson flip a doodle doo around down the path here. And as you approach this waterfall, you start to hear the faint sounds of a human voice calling out somewhere in the darkness ahead. A minute or two later, you get a little bit closer and can start to hear words. I'm here. Where are you?
No more flips once I heard the sound, by the
Okay.
way.
How
I did what you
close does
asked.
that? How close does that sound?
With the waterfall ahead, masking it a little bit. Hard to say exactly. Maybe a couple 100 feet.
Guys, I have an idea. Let me know if you think this is a good idea. It's calling out to something, so that means something isn't there. But what if I talk to it in its mind and tell it to come to our direction and pretend like I'm something?
The thing or him?
I'm that hooded people.
And then what? Ambush him?
He comes to us, and then we attack him,
Or
How
capture
do we
him.
expect him to talk?
capture. Well, not here. We can make him talk somewhere else.
Do you think he'll want to talk to us after all of that?
Well, I don't know, but seems like our best option. I don't want us to go into the middle of something. I'd rather him come to us.
Does this
I'll
sound
go.
like the? Does this sound like the prisoner?
It does.
He
Could
looks
you
at Maxwell and he looks at Maxwell and says, "After you said, would he come to us after all this? After all what? He stabbed a guard and ran away. The last he knew, we were helping him."
How about you just tell him in his head to sit down and shut up, and we go up there and get him?
What if we pose as the hooded figures? You're so smart, Calder. Let's do that. Oh, I can create a fog and we all roll out in that fog. That would be so cool. Okay, maybe not.
I don't think thematics are of the utmost importance right now, Des.
I think
Des,
it's about.
This is exactly what I was talking about before when we were walking up here.
Look, I think it's about appearances and appearing as these hooded figures or something of importance. And what if we were the hooded figures all along? Why is my camera? There we go.
So
He's also still calling out for someone. We also have to assume that there's someone who might be listening.
Look,
did he hear us yet?
why don't we set up a perimeter and I'll go and approach him, and if anything happens, you guys come to me.
Why would you be the one to approach him? That's not a very wise move.
I think I have the best rapport with him.
But just because you have the best rapport does not mean you're going to live a barrage of attacks. Yeah, he probably is ready to.
And I am too. I point to my stars on my cloak.
Hold on, wait. This does not make sense. This
Actually
prisoner.
does. I have to say, I agree with Maxwell at this time. He does have good rapport with this man, and if he can calm him down and bring him to us, away from whatever figure he calls to, and we can get him back to the lieutenant without more conflict, I do think that's the best.
But I feel like something's off here because he has nothing to give them, and this whole meeting these people was so he could give them something, and he's still meeting with them anyway when they threatened to kill his family. That doesn't make sense to me. Something's off.
He hid them in a bush, and for all he knows, the guards have them.
He's yelling, "I did what you asked." What if he wanted the lieutenant to find all that information?
The only way to know is to ask, right?
But I feel like we should trap him. We should lure him here, and then we could restrain him here.
No.
Why don't we approach? But try to stay hidden and see what happens, and then make our move from there. Not approach him, but I just mean get closer to see what's going on. To who is the hooded figure he potentially is calling for? Who is the person that he's potentially calling for? And see what he does.
I agree. We need to move.
I think I agree with Calder in that regard. What does he mean? I've done what you asked. Because for all intents and purposes, from what he's told us, he's failed.
That's true.
I just got so nervous.
I'm gonna.
We got to do something here.
Let's move.
I'm gonna approach him. I'm gonna. I don't know how far we are from him, but I want to make my way towards an opening in the clearing.
I think everybody wants to approach him.
No.
Well, we're all staying hidden, and Maxwell's just walking out in the open.
Oh, okay, that was the plan. Okay, gotcha.
Be cautious, Maxwell.
Okay.
We'll stay. We'll be with. Call if you need me.
I'll see. And with just like a little nervous scratch to the head of his back, the back of his neck, he approaches.
Okay. Yeah, you walk a little ways out. The closer you get, the louder this water roars, and you've got 120-foot dark vision, right?
I don't. Pebbles has 60.
Pebble has 60, but you don't have any?
No, I'm not a shadow sorcerer anymore.
Oh,
I'm
that's
aberrant knight.
right. I need to update that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Listen, when the DM says you have dark vision, you just agree, Robert. You just agree. Yes, that's correct. 120 feet. You are right.
Yes. You did give me 200,000 gold.
Yes, you did.
These are
I'm doing the opposite, and I got in trouble. So
Yes, I am the new king of Throom.
Okay, yeah, you make your way in the darkness. There is just the tiniest little bit of light coming from the waning is when the moon's going away, right? Waning moon. Yeah. Just a little bit of light, just enough to kind of give you some rough structures of where you're approaching here. You get to what looks like it maybe was a channel to bring this water directly into the city at one point. You're pretty close to the waterfall now. It's maybe 100 feet away, and you can tell the shouting is coming from like a little jutting out into this lake at the bottom of it nearby. And he shouts out again, look, my family, you promised you'd leave us alone. You said we could leave. You swore. And he continues just kind of calling out in these vain pleas out into the darkness.
I'm going to, in his mind, tell him, relax. I'm right behind you. Please quiet your voices. The guards are coming soon.
You. Shit.
I'm only here to help, and I'll put my arms up. I'm only here to help. The guards tracked your footsteps, and they're coming. I ran faster than they could.
I didn't want to, but I knew they were never going to believe me.
I understand. I know. Trust me. I tried to get some information out of them just to understand the situation, and they were talking about some set of keys or a red orb. They haven't found it yet. They only found the keys. They got tipped off about some information about things in a crypt or something in a graveyard. And we saw them as they were coming back. We just wanted to ask if everything was okay, and they had some keys in their hands and talked about it. But I don't understand, to be honest. I was just wanted to see if there's any clarification you could bring.
He just kind of just like rubs his temples and buries his face in his hands for a second. What's there to clarify? I'm gonna be hung if they find me.
That's exactly why I'm here to help. But I need to know everything before I can help. I need to know what I'm dealing with. I'm alone, right? And putting myself in a very precarious situation to help. So, can you help me?
Can you roll me? I would like both a persuasion and a deception check from you.
Ooh, okay. Persuasion. Okay, not bad, not bad. This
Maxwell's the sneaky little bugger.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Damn.
Nice. Okay.
+5. Wow.
He goes, how? I don't know where he is. He was supposed to be here. He said he was just going to wait for me to arrive.
Who's he?
I don't know. He had a different face every time I saw him. He threatened me. He told me I had to help him take the eye, whatever it is. I don't even know. A Leicester's eye? I thought a Leicester smiled on Thrum after what happened a few years ago. Why would we want to take it? But gods be damned, I'll do anything to protect my family. He told me to meet him here at the aqueduct.
And he's not here.
I don't know.
Is the orb the eye?
I don't know.
Then why'd you take that? Out of anything in that
He
castle?
he told me that's what he needed. The orb came from oh god.
It's okay.
It came from their private quarters. The council's quarters.
Okay.
The keys I swiped off of a guard that had fallen asleep. I don't even know if they're the right ones. Mostly they just wanted the map. Whatever they're looking for, they don't know where it is. Or where it is.
Okay.
They don't seem to know where it is.
I never got your name.
I don't think I got yours either.
My name is Max Olasta. Is that yours?
He looks at you suspiciously for just a minute. Keith
How do you
Radley.
spell it?
How do you want to spell it?
WEF? Eve Radley?
Eef or Geef with a G?
Like Keith in the chat, in the game log. Keith Radley.
Oh, okay. Radley. Okay.
Keef. Got it.
Keith.
Okay.
So you can
Radley.
If I can interrupt real fast.
Yeah.
While Theo is sitting there thinking, I've been sitting here thinking too and everything. Again, Lieutenant Alhan and his troops and everything like that. How current did their uniforms look? Like in the sense of like, you know, there's travel worn and everything like that. There is, you know, but then there's also how to put it,
like pristine, unused office duty armor.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or there's the no, we found this in a rubbish heap somewhere, kind of deal.
Yeah, you guys asked about that a little bit last time. The
Okay,
armor,
thank you.
It looked like it fit them well, like it was fit to them. It wasn't like loose and floppy or anything. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it does look like it has seen use, but it's well cared for.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. So,
What's your family's name? Just in case anything happens to you. I want to see if I can help.
they live in the outer quarter, about 10 minutes from the Sunspire. My wife's Georgina.
Any kids?
Two kids, boy and a girl.
How old?
5 and 3.
Those are the fun ages for that show. Hold on, I'm writing notes.
So what now?
Okay. I don't know. I thought maybe knowing more would help. Maybe we hide you, and because the guards are going to be here any second. I found you. They're going to find you, right? Yeah.
So do
What do
I
you
run?
think? It, you would have to be careful and cover up your tracks. You can't go back home, and I'd say stay around the area because although there's tracks here, um, if he comes back, then you could save him.
You could what?
You could save your family.
Can we hear their conversation, Corey?
I'm gonna say they're close enough that no, it's out of earshot for everybody else.
Okay.
Unless you are sneaking up as well.
Just hide.
Stay where everybody else is. Yeah.
I'm going to go back and try to pretend to the guards that I didn't see anything. And that there's nothing beyond the tracks. Here. I'm gonna give him Pebble. He's my best friend. Don't lose him. If anything happens to you, I'll know, okay?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And
You
then-
you hand him Pebble. He like doesn't really know what to do with that. Like takes him very awkwardly, and is holding him in
What the hell
in
is
his
this?
arms. Yeah. I don't.
And in his mind, he's gonna hear just in case, if anybody else can hear us. Just try to hide. Not sure what to do here. But somewhere close. And I would start walking away. And I start walking away towards where I know Theo is positioned.
Okay. He just says, "You're a good man, Maxwell."
I'm not gonna respond. And I'm gonna walk past Theo and act like nothing's there and just keep walking back towards the tracks. Towards where we all split off.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna wait there for everybody.
All right. Yeah. You guys. I'll say yeah. You see him break away from this conversation and head back past your vision a little bit, and you guys reconvene a little ways back.
Well, was he there?
Yeah, I found nothing new. I gave him Pebble, and I told him to hide, but nearby. So
I thought you were gonna bring him back.
This is the thing. I wanted to talk to you because I gave him Pebble to track his location. So whatever you want to do, talk to me. Because, well, I don't know. I thought with this whole new life thing, everything would seem a lot less fake, or a lot less real. Everything seeming to feel like a lot less real. And man, he just wants to live. And I know if we get him,
Maxwell.
he
Maxwell.
just stabs somebody.
Theo pats Maxwell's shoulder and just. We all think he potentially overreacted. I still believe that he is in trouble. I think that he doesn't understand how deep he's in.
Even if he's in trouble, the world must maintain order if he's going around stabbing people for his own. I mean, Maxwell, you can't find yourself attached to the soul of an individual like this, no matter how much distress he's under. And also, leaving Pebble with him and us having the ability to track him, if this cloaked figure takes him, we could potentially follow that figure.
But he just have a penguin with him. That's not a little suspicious, right?
Well, I would like to hear your story at some point. Not this evening, because we're past that now. But I trust you, and I trust your judgment at this time, especially with leaving that penguin with him. Do you honestly think that we can track him if he gets taken?
I wouldn't.
Is that your move? Is that your counsel?
I wouldn't know Pebble's location, but actually, would I know Pebble's location? Or no?
I don't think you do. Let me look up Find Familiar really quick here. On the stabbing comment, this is a dangerous and violent world. Like, you maybe see a little less of that in city centers, but there's very much a survival of the fittest element, at least in the wilds, that naturally spills into mortal life in some ways as well. Zero, telepathically. One at a time. No, I don't think you know where it is.
Okay. I would just say
You could know where it has been when you reconnect with Pebble.
yeah, or at least I'm in 100 feet. I can talk to Pebble. I would just if I get close enough, which is close enough is now, right? If I'm just in the area, I can talk to Pebble and see where he's gone. So it's not anything for long range. That's that I will say. And right now, for about another minute, I can talk to him. If he's within 2 miles, so or 3 miles. And I'll actually check in. Have you found a place to hide?
You just hear a little bit of a shriek in your head. It says, he replies, "No, not yet."
Maybe hide in the water and bob your head in when people are nearby.
I could try that, yeah.
Okay. And then I
Hold
get
on.
out of.
Before you close that out, for just a second, you hear, or for a second after that, you hear, "Sorry, he spoke in my mind again." Shit. And your connection with him closes.
Okay. He spoke to somebody. Okay. I'm gonna look through Pebble's eyes. What do I see?
You see, so he's holding. This is,
Shirt.
he's holding Pebble, in his chest, and you can feel the vision kind of like pulls up and back a little bit as though he's like being pet or something. And what Pebble sees is a cloaked figure, very dark clothing, extreme, like dripping wet, standing in front of him. Fairly big fella, probably over 6 feet tall. Not like big, but probably built based on what you're looking at. Cloak is pulled up high over his head. And you hear him say, what's with the penguin?"
Checking my surroundings, can I see that if like it was where I was before or no?
It's close. It looks like he maybe ventured a little further underneath the aqueduct somewhere. Yeah, but probably. I mean, it can't be that far away. You've only parted ways for a few minutes here.
Yeah. I'm going to just speak into everybody's mind. Nah, actually, I'll just say it out loud. He's talking to him, the person that needed everything. Just around where we were. So,
Should we fight him?
Are you still in Pebble's eyes, or are you pulling back to yourself?
that's a good question. I'm still in Pebble's eyes.
Okay.
Just trying to see what they do with Pebble. I'm gonna say he's near the aqueducts, just a little further down, I guess.
What's the
Someone
play
lead
here,
me.
Theo?
Eric, I think you were about to say something, and I'm curious what you were going to say.
Let's go. Let's run. Let's get him.
All right,
If we're
that's
gonna
exactly
go-
what Theo. That's what Theo was going to say too. It's like,
Save the city.
and yeah, Theo. Yeah, basically, it's yeah. At that point, it's like, yeah, like what do we do and everything. It's like, let's save the city and everything. And Theo starts walking too, and just starts heading towards it and everything. And glance again. One more glance at Maxwell. Just saying like, are you sure? Kind of thing is what.
Well, Maxwell's in Penguin's eyes.
Yeah, Maxwell is
Pebble's
blind and
eyes.
deaf.
I'm gonna grab.
All right, so he
I'm gonna
doesn't
grab
respond.
Maxwell's
He's
hand.
like he's gonna accept that as a okay thumbs up and keeps walking.
As I've experienced in the past, I'm gonna grab Maxwell's hand and place it on my shoulder and start walking forward.
I will strum my cittern and cast invisibility on Calder.
Okay.
So Maxwell is deaf and blind with an arm outstretched, just walking
Yes.
forward.
Yes, a zombie. And I'm just going to kind of get out after a certain amount of time. Like after I feel like we've been walking for a little bit. See, like, what's the plan?
Oh my god. I accidentally rolled in the wrong window, and it's painful.
I just the custom roll 15. What does it mean?
What does it
Um,
mean?
I
Don't worry
like that
about
it's
it.
painful.
No, the visual is painful. Like it's the dice is moving like
Oh.
Yeah, mine did that for a couple sessions.
yeah, like there's a reason we don't roll in there. There's several reasons. Okay, so you guys are buckled up. We have Invisible Calder. We have Maxwell still in Penguin's eyes. Is anybody else doing anything on the approach here?
What am I listening to? Like noting the conversation, anything?
Yeah. So the conversation you can hear, this fellow who's talking is speaking in a very low, growly voice, and he's basically grilling Keith. So you've made some new friends? No, not friends, not at all. They just they happened to buy. Honestly, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. So how much do they know? Just enough to get me out of the guards' hands. They know about the papers. They know about the keys. And you hear this figure just kind of snort of frustration. He says,
Just as a note, sorry. As we're approaching, since Orson's so much quicker, I'm gonna try and sneak around to the side to approach from a different direction.
sure, okay. Okay, yeah, he says, that complicates things. This wasn't the arrangement. It's like, I know, it couldn't be helped. He's like, it could be helped. You were supposed to leave undetected. This is on you. He says, no, please, you promised. And the figure says, don't worry, you'll keep your head. As will they. I gave my word after all. Coin's not going to do you any good out here, though. And he tosses him a small little sack from under his cloak. which the lands like right next to Pebbles. So now he's got Penguin in one arm and a small sack in the other. It rolls open just a little bit, and you can see inside a bunch of like roots, a little bit of maybe some uncured meat, some like supplies, food, a little bit, something like that. And the figure just says, "Good luck," and steps back into the darkness.
Is he just gone?
You can see him go for a few. Pebble can see him for about 60 feet or so. Keith follows, like as he starts to walk away, Keith kind of like follows and looks around the pillar and watches, and where he should be, he is not. Just kind of vanishes into the darkness there. As you guys all approach, I guess with that knowledge, are you sharing that with the group, and how are you proceeding given what you just learned?
I'm sharing that he knows about the map, or that we know about the map, orbs, and keys, and that he just faded into darkness.
He would have asked a couple questions about you all as well, to which the fellow replied, one of them could talk into my mind. One of them, the big fella, he's got a sword. The other one had a glowing sword. Just kind of some cursory overview, visual details about you guys.
Okay. I'll tell them that he knows about it too. And I'll push them to. Can I try to like pivot the group so we intercept like that direction of walking?
Sure.
That makes sense.
I'm going to. Oh god, I'm on the freaking edge thing again. Okay. I am going to flip to the region map here, just so we can kind of look at what's going on here. So if we zoom in on the ruins, and if I double click here, does this center the map on everybody's screen? Kind of.
Yep.
Okay. Zoom in for audience purposes as well. That should be about right. Yeah. Okay.
Which map are we looking at? I think we may need to let me refresh real quick.
Okay. Should be on the region map that has the mountains and forests and everything kind of laid out here.
Oh, yeah, I see that on the Twitch page, and I'm just refreshing.
I see it.
So, the aqueduct kind of comes out of the mountains about like yay. Maxwell, there's kind of a, maybe I can make this a little thinner. There's kind of like a lake, sort of like underneath it here where the water spills out, and the land is extremely swampy all around that. Maxwell, you were speaking to this fellow, kind of on this southeastern edge of. No, that's not where you were. You were talking to him kind of like over here, and kind of like a little support for the aqueduct or something, or some ruined buildings or whatever. And you presume that the conversation between the two of them took place probably underneath the aqueduct about here. Y'all are going to be green. Chased this fellow kind of through the city, out over the wall, and up this direction. So you're basically coming through where Maxwell saw him. Orson, I figure if they're running like right through it, you're kind of zipping out to the side and kind of coming around over here a little bit. Is that my understanding of what y'all are doing? Or is that accurate, I guess?
But maybe I would try to pivot the group to also, sorry, I'd try to pivot the group to he, but also very interesting question. Within 30 feet of me, if I see somebody, I can like talk to them in their mind. But if I'm talking to them, if I'm like as my familiar and I'm talking, like Do you understand what I mean?
Your
I feel
magic
like
items do not transfer to your vision when you're in your familiar's eyes.
It's not a magic item. It's a class feature.
Same thing. Yeah,
Okay.
you only now
Okay.
if he were like sitting on your shoulder and you were looking through his eyes, I would say that would count because you're still kind of like within that aura of your body. But
yeah.
no, those don't extend to Pebble.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, and I would try to. I'd be like, wait, direction's changed. He's moving, and try to tell the group to like go a little bit more right, to just intercept the path.
Okay. We have to start equipping Pebble. Okay, you guys, go ahead and give me a round of stealth checks, and I'm going to say perception checks since you are trying to suss out, or survival if you think you're looking for tracks as opposed to looking for like a body.
So now we get into, do I have
Calder have
advantage or
advantage?
disadvantage on this?
How so? Oh,
Oh,
because
with my,
Dawn is helping. I will
No,
say
no, because of the, well, that too, but the cloak. More specifically, my cloak.
because you have Cloak of Elvenkind.
Yeah.
I'll say it. Yeah, it applies. You have advantage.
Oh, cool.
Would Calder have advantage because he's invisible?
Calder definitely has advantage being invisible.
Well, I would love to re-roll that too. So, not much better.
Are you kidding me? I tried.
Okay.
I mean, it's way better.
Damn.
Let's be honest.
Okay, so we've got
And perception.
Lots of rolls. Jesus.
5, 10, 14,
That is actually the highest
3,
stuff.
9. Wow. Okay.
Oh, did I roll stealth? Yeah, I did. Yeah, we failed stealth.
Yeah.
I've got 12 and 12. So
Okay.
All of our shoes are getting stuck in the swampy land.
17, 8, 12.
This does not bode well for us, guys. We're being too loud. Be quiet. Calder, especially you.
Survival.
I
6,
could still. I
14.
know exactly where you are, Calder, even though you're invisible.
Des, you try and wear this. I'm just gonna bang my plate armor on my chest and sneak around in the mud. Don't work very well. Plus, I'm heavier than you. I don't just float on the top of this shit.
Well, I'm sorry I was built different. Jesus, work with what you got. I'm 3'3".
Yeah, 3'3", 3'3". Oh,
I think that conversation takes place at exactly that volume, if not louder, because you're trying to compete with the waterfall. Yeah, there. Even with all the ambient noise, there's no sneaking up on this situation here. Orson, as you are taking kind of a circuitous route here a little bit, it's not you. What am I trying to say? Oh, you don't have dark vision.
No.
Will you roll perception with Gin, as this should be with disadvantage?
Oh no.
and you walk into the jaws of a giant alligator.
Technically, Maxwell and
15.
Theo should do the same, but because I presume no one's using light. But
Well, Maxwell's
only-
blind.
oh, Maxwell is blind. Well, he probably would have come
yeah.
out of it after the conversation. And
He would have let go of that. Yeah.
No. I'm staying on him just to see if he moves.
I've got Dawn attached to my wrist.
and the blade out and on.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, just as like a
Around?
just a searchlight.
not necessarily a searchlight, but it's like no. Dawn is like Dawn's like out there. It's a,
Yeah, you got to get like a 10-foot pole and just put her on the end of it and stick her up in the
There
air
you
so
go.
she's got some got a viewpoint. Okay, Orson.
do you want me to roll with disadvantage? I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it. Orson
Okay.
was the only one that maybe had a shot at this. So Orson, as you are hooking around the side here, you notice not so much that you see them, you just kind of are aware of something in your peripheral vision, not off to the side, but above. And you see a medium-ish figure scaling one of the pillars of the aqueduct and going like up and over the edge a little bit onto one of the platforms above. Maybe 30 feet above you. The rest of you,
Circle back
in
to
your
the-
little search trying to find this guy, do not see any evidence of him having been there. And in the time that it took you to sneak up to this point, you don't see Keith either. Maxwell, if you pop into his eyes, you can see that he has hunkered around on the other side of this pillar a little bit for a minute, and has set Pebble down and is just kind of like looking at him, sitting on the ground there with him.
Pebble's just gonna nudge up and like nudge his face, like kind of scratching it, but like kind of for like a hug, I guess.
Sure,
I think
yeah.
a hug.
Gonna squeeze him to death.
And I'll just tell
I'm
the
gonna
kid
circle-
where
oh,
he's at,
Sorry.
and yeah, that's it.
Orson, how do you want to deal with this?
I'm gonna circle back to my team because climbing is not my forte.
Okay, you guys, you reconvene. We'll say you meet like underneath this last post of the aqueduct, and can chat.
How close is Keith?
Keith
don't know.
is far enough away you can speak without being heard. Close
Damn it,
enough that you can reach him. if
I've
you
had
need.
enough of this trudging through the fucking mud. Listen, are we taking Keith back to the lieutenant or not? Because if not, let's just go back to the lieutenant and head for Throom. If we're gonna take Keith, let's go get him and take his ass back. We're not accomplishing anything knee deep in the mud out here, making a ton of noise. This is pointless. This is not strategic.
Calder, I found the guy. He's climbed up the aqueduct.
Oh, great. Oh, great. Now, do you remember the climb down here? How we all almost fell to our death? Now, you want to climb up in the dark, chasing some shadowy figure we know nothing about? This is a nightmare. There's no planning involved. Like,
Son, settle down, son. Settle down.
Look, I think Calder has a point. If Keith can't give the information to the hooded guy, then what? How important is the hooded guy? I mean, he might find another Keith, but at least we can stop the problem for now.
Wait,
Let's
I have
go
an
get
idea.
this. Take him back.
What if I turn myself to look as Keith, right? And then I call for him again. And then he comes to us and we ambush him.
I'm not sure if an ambush is going to work. Calder's being a bit loud, but we could try it.
oh yeah, blame it on me like I'm the only one making noise out here.
Well, at least it's easy for me to hide, Mr. 5 above.
Five above. What, is that a height reference? What are you talking about?
It is a height reference. All I do is talk about height.
First of all, I'm over 6. I'm over 6 foot. Okay?
Oh, over 6 feet tall. Do you think you're better than me for being twice my height?
It has nothing to do with height. I'll tell you that, Des. Listen, Maxwell, these tricks, I just don't see it working. We don't even know if the lieutenant is still alive or if we're going to make it back to him in time. The important question is, are we taking Keith back to Throom?
We can, but after we kill him.
After we kill him?
Not
We kill who?
Keith. Kill him. The shadowy
The dark
figure.
figure.
Yeah.
I thought the
God, Calder, you can't even understand that. Jesus.
We can't even catch the shadowy figure. We're trudging through the mud in the dark. This shit is
And
pointless.
why I want him to come to us. because I act as Keith. Now, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna go there and I'm gonna pretend to be Keith, or are we gonna wait here, lose our chance, and then just have to bring Keith back? Let's see.
You guys
Either way, we bring him back. Either way, we bring him back. Pebbles with him, giving
Let's try
him
it.
some hugs.
get him to come back. Let's go.
All right, I run up. I cast Disguise Self, and I run up, and I'm like, I try to, do I sound like the person or no?
No.
No,
No.
this guy
No.
stuff is purely physical.
I'm gonna. Oh, and I have a Kiwi accent. I'm gonna be like,
God.
I'm gonna try throwing rocks
Performance of
there.
your life.
Like, come back. I have something to say. I found something.
Oh, you're being Keith
Yes.
Yeah.
big
to try
key.
and get this fellow to come back down and see you.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay. So the rest of you, I guess, are hunkering down and trying
Hiding.
to stay out of sight.
Hiding.
Okay.
Calder.
I'm
Shut your mouth, Des.
you call out a confused Keith comes around the corner.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I'll turn to him and be like,
He's-
and I wait,
It's
actually.
like the first time Robert and Richard made eye contact.
Don't make me
It's a
want-
Spider-Man meme.
yeah, he comes out from around the corner, and you see he's not holding Pebble. Pebble kind of like waddles behind him, a couple feet back, and he sees you, and has to get pretty close before he realizes that you look like him. He comes back and he's just like, "What are you doing?"
In his head, I'm gonna be like, this is all to help you. Just turn back around and pretend you saw nothing. Or you could be like, help, and that'll help too.
You pretend you saw nothing. This guy is dangerous. He'll kill both of us.
Well, I have a lot up my sleeve. A little that you know. I think I'll be fine.
I'm not staying for this. And he turns and runs.
All right, I'm gonna be like,
We see him running. How close are
You guys are hidden nearby. Yeah, you can see him running, and we'll say you heard this conversation, or no, because it was just telepathic.
Yeah.
You see him.
As soon as I
turning.
see the guy run, I'm just gonna stand up and I'm saying, Maxwell, it's time to get the fuck out.
Yep. Get on him.
Theo also is along the
I'll
same
put my phone.
lines and tackles, or tries to tackle
Okay, all right. So you guys are chasing him down.
Keith.
Yeah?
I guess.
Or chasing Keith down.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's.
What the fuck is going on, guys?
This is on you guys. I'm following you around here.
Orson's fast. He should be able to catch up to him.
Okay.
I don't
We
know about tackling, but
are going to run this as a chase that I'm just going to visualize here. So we're going to get rid of these. We're going to get rid of... You guys can just get off to the side here for a second.
Don't worry, Orson can scout. Don't worry, Orson can run. Don't worry, Orson can do all these things. Wow, I'm so glad Orson can, call up
Orson-
Santa Claus and
yeah,
get us whatever we need.
Orson's the scapegoat. Orson can run. I just fucked up stealth. Don't worry, Orson can sneak.
It's like, usually the bard in the group is like, the person who fills all the niches and everything. It's like, no, we got a monk. We got this guy.
We've got an 83-year-old Potter.
We got an 80-year-old
All right.
Oh,
That's
He's a
age.
master
He's not that
Potter.
old.
Okay.
oh.
Thanks, Des.
You're welcome.
We're going to need to...
It's Master Potter.
That's sad.
Potter.
Mr. Potter! Mr. Potter gave me a sock! Oh no!
Dobby got a sock.
What have I done? Okay,
Dobby.
so we are going to
run rampant.
we're going to run this as a chase through the swamp, essentially. So how this is going to work is basically every square is one length, essentially a 30-foot length. Everybody's running. You are all pursuing Keef. It's assumed that everybody is taking move actions to follow this path. If you want to get an additional move to gain a length on this fellow, you can take a dash action. You can use attacks that are within range of this fellow. So currently he is 90 feet ahead of you, essentially, and you need to either make up ground to get to him, disable him somehow, or whatever. If you want to use actions to like help your teammates get closer, to like clear terrain in front of you so that they can get through the swamp easier or anything like that, you can do that. He might be trying to do things to hinder you as you get closer. We'll see how it all plays out, but we'll run this more or less narratively, I guess. I'm gonna clear the initiative order and put all of us in it. He is going to have, let's see, he will act. Well, I guess we'll leave him where he was. Where was he? Is he at 11? I don't know. I'm just going to reroll everything and call it a day. Okay.
He would have had initiative. It wasn't in any of our combat.
He wasn't? Okay. He's there now, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Third on the list.
Okay. So
Get his ass, Orson.
Yeah.
Get his ass, Orson.
So to move on your turn, you're going to need to make a DC 12 move check of some sort. Orson, you are going to get a, what's your speed, 45?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're going to get a +3 to whatever check it is you're doing because you're 15 feet faster than this fella is. Dez, you've got 25. You're going to get a -1 to the check. Everybody else is just going to be flat. So it can be
Chase him down, Mr. Potter.
It can be a like strength athletics, an athletics check if you want to just like power through the thick water. It could be an acrobatics check if you're like bounding between logs that are sticking out of the ground. Flavor it however you want. Describe what you're doing. Make your roll to get your movement, and then take an action to do whatever it is you're going to do.
Right. So just a D20.
Yeah,
Plus
so
3,
so make an
For
athletics
movement,
check
right?
and add 3 if that's the skill you want to use to try and move. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'd rather use acrobatics though.
Okay.
Like bounding from branch to branch
Exactly.
or something. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tarzan.
So
You can
There's
do
my-
it, Master.
there's my
Oh.
8,
So
and then
add
plus
3.
3.
Yeah, so
11.
that's an 11.
Oh, you failed.
Yeah, I'm calling it a 12 because this is all essentially difficult terrain. Okay, yes.
Difficult terrain doesn't work on me.
Are
by
you
the
immune
way.
to difficult terrain?
I
that's
have a
right.
ring of free action.
Oh yeah, you're immune to natural.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so
Chase him down.
so
That's the
DC
reason why we gave that to you.
DC for you only is going to be 8. Then it'll be 12 for everybody
Oh,
else.
all right.
Okay, so you pass your moves, you get 1 length here. What do you want to do with your action? Do you want to dash and try to close range? Do you want to try and make a path for
If
your party?
If I dash, am I in range then?
You need to be on, I should put him actually off to the side a little bit. You need to be on the same plane as him to be able to
Okay.
make an attack or grapple or something like that.
Okay, then I will just dash.
Okay,
That's
then
my action.
give me another movement check.
17.
All right, that'll do it. So you make you get a second length here. You are just bolting through the swamp after this guy, expectedly.
Yeah.
All right, Maxwell, What are you doing here? He left Pebble behind, by the way.
I'm just gonna vamp Pebble out.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do the same thing. Move action. A move, and then also I'm gonna dash. I have to. Oh, I have to do an acrobatics. Sorry, I was gonna like jump over logs and stuff.
Athletics,
It's
acrobatics, like really pick a skill and tell me how it applies to this situation, how you're using it to move and get through the swamp here.
Does that count for the roll or no?
Yeah.
If you're using acrobatics, that counts. So try and
I won't be moved.
So try and
He's gonna
follow
follow
in
Orson.
Orson's
He's gonna-
steps exactly. Doesn't
The
have
first
quite
mistake.
doesn't have quite the same level of grace. The first branch you hop onto just kind of crunches under your weight and you stagger into the water a little bit. What about your action?
Dash.
Dash. Okay, so give me another check. And how are you doing it?
Oh, I have to. I'm just gonna be like, oh, seriously, and I'm just gonna try to get my leg outside like the mud and stuff, and just try to follow in Orson's steps.
Okay,
Natural 20.
way
Natural 20.
way better. All right, so you recover
That's a
from
1
the
in
embarrassment
400.
Pot two.
and start making your way forward. Now God, I keep forgetting who has dark vision and who doesn't. So Calder and Dez, you guys all are vaguely aware of how far away he is. Calder and Dez, he is not quite in your vision yet. So he goes next. I am going to. How do I set my rolls? I'm going to do this chase scene publicly here.
He's gonna fail, and Orson's gonna catch him next turn.
He very well might. Yeah, first one. Yeah, he is stumbling in the water a little bit. And with Orson right on his tail, and he knows it, he's going to go for another one and try and crank this out. Okay, 14. So he picks up one length on you guys as he's just kind of mad dashing through the swamp, just kind of powering his way through the water, not trying to stay on dry ground. That is the least of his concerns right now. Des. So he's about 120 feet ahead of you. You cannot see him.
I will mightily move.
3'3".
Mightily. I imagine this is like very marshland.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm moving with my going with my in thigh deep water is not a great option for me. So I'm gonna try and focus on. No, I'm gonna try and look at what Orson and Maxwell are doing and try to imitate that. And try to cling on some branches and keep moving.
Okay.
Oh, but I have to -1 that. So.
So 7. That's not gonna cut it. It's just like Maxwell, it's not doing well for you. Orson has already broken the best branches on his route.
I have a question. Am I 120 feet away from him?
You are.
So he's within 120 feet.
He is.
Okay, I'm going to, for my action, cast message.
Okay.
In his head, and I'm going to say, I'm gonna try to change my voice, and say, you better stop. Your family's at risk. You will die if you take another step.
Jesus.
Trying to sound like anyone in particular? Or just not you?
Just not me, but I think it'll follow my mother's cadence a bit. That's how I imagine my mother sounding like.
Okay. Go ahead and
Y'all are some twisted good fucks, man.
go ahead, give me a deception check. I'm going to say with advantage because he's only heard you speak once in that message previously.
Gotcha. How do I do advance? Oh, that's right. I have to right click it, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, roll. Booyah!
Okay. Okay, and he can reply back.
Mhm.
He says, Maxwell said I could go. That I didn't have to go back with them.
That's my turn. I can't reply back.
Okay. I think the tail end of that He just adds, who are you people?
Huh.
Theo.
I've been asking myself that since day one.
Theo, you're up.
Okay. Jeez. I would like to pick up Dez as part of my action to get him out of this swamp and put him on my shoulder so I can plow forward, shield in front of me and everything like that to charge forward.
Okay. I will say you can put him on your shoulders as an action. Your movement checks will be made with disadvantage while you're carrying him. Is that fair?
Okay. That's fair. So it'd be like athletics and everything like that. Basically, it's just the whole like shield forward, like just plowing forward. Freight train is kind of the idea that I'm
absolutely.
going for.
Just a machine, just working through the swamp.
Okay. Yeah, 11.
That is one shy, unfortunately. Trying to keep him from falling off while you're moving through this crazy terrain is just a little bit too much. And since you used your action to place him, that is going to be it for you. So, Calder.
I'm going to look at Orson just like dart off, everybody else trying, failing, branches breaking, stumbling through the mud. I'm going to look down at my feet. I'm going to kick one rock into the water. I'm going to pull out the pipe tobacco that I found in the the cave we were in. Take out a pipe. I'm going to stuff it full. I'm going to light it. And I'm just going to say, fuck it.
All right.
I'm going to sit down right on the edge of the swamp and just watch.
All right. Calder abdicates the chase. All right. I'm just going to take you off for simplicity.
Yeah, yes.
It's, the ambiance here is actually not bad. You're like sitting underneath this waterfall. It's just misting everywhere. It's actually a little hard to light the tobacco, but once you get it going, this isn't too bad.
Yeah, I'm getting a good chuckle out of everybody falling on their ass in the mud too.
How long has it been? Is he still invisible?
It's an hour.
He'd probably
less
still
than an hour?
invincible.
You guys just see embers lighting up, just embers and smoke.
All right.
I can just tell everybody, oh man, I was trudging through the mud so hard.
You're already covered in it.
Is he within 30 feet of me? I have 30 feet of blind sight. I could tell where he's at.
Is that dead? Yeah, you guys are all relatively close by right now.
You are.
Let's go. I know.
You see Calder get down on his hands and knees and just start shaking water with his hands. Oh, making noise like he's pretending to run.
All right, Orson. Are you actually running?
Yeah, 9. I made it.
You did. All right, one more length. You are. You can hear him like dead ahead of you here.
I am. Can we use our bonus actions?
Because you've got Step of the Wind, don't you? I'm gonna say
Yes.
I'm gonna say no for the purposes of this being a chase. If you want,
Okay.
I'll tell you what. If you want to expend key as though you're using Step of the Wind, you can take a movement check with advantage. How's that sound?
Okay. Sure. But I don't get an extra movement.
Correct.
That's my bonus action. Okay, that's fine. I will. I guess I'll just. God, what am I gonna do? Can I bonus action spells?
Yeah.
For a chase?
You've got no. If you can action spells, you can use your bonus action as an action.
Here, that's no fair. Taking away all my fun. All right.
What are you
I'll just
trying
dash
to
that.
do?
I was gonna Misty step forward to him.
I say you just bypass the check and you will automatically be right up next to him if you want to do that.
But then he can use his action to try and grab it, right?
I still wanted
To try and grab him, yeah. I'm saying no.
Yeah.
No, for purposes of the chase, it's just move action.
All right, then I'm gonna dash.
I'm thinking of this as a little bit more extended than just like a round. It's not 6 seconds. This is you guys are
Sure.
just hustling through the swamp.
All right, that's fine. I'll just do a regular dash for 25.
Yeah, yeah, you're almost guaranteed to pass the checks anyway.
Yeah.
God, okay. All right, so you are right on his heels right now. Um,
Yeah.
Maxwell, you're up. He's 90 feet ahead of you.
I'm gonna do the same thing. Just
I like
following in Orson's footsteps.
Okay.
I like that you took me out of the turn order.
You sat
And
down.
I know.
Oh,
From
no.
action, I'm gonna dash. Do I still roll acrobatics? I
If
do,
you want,
right?
or you can do something else. If you want to just power through the mud, athletics. If you want to try and like read a path through the water or something, you could do like perception or investigation or something. You tell me how you're flavoring what you want to use.
I want to use. Is it possible if I can use? Because I feel like investigation is very much like a you're in your face type of thing. Can I use like a survival to, I guess, try to predict terrain? Be like, oh, if this stone's jetting out, then, or like, oh, the water around the rocks is gonna be more slippery. Let's not go there. Stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
Yeah, you kind of
okay.
you kind of read the path. You were following the tracks earlier. You just continue that here. Yeah, and kind of use the land and try to follow the natural courses of the water to find
Yeah.
the good pathing. Yeah, go for it.
Better.
That'll do it.
So, perfect. Okay.
All right, you are right up there. Let's see if this works.
Fail,
I'm
fail,
pretty sure
fail.
he's not getting away from this. Nah, he slips away once.
Oh, he took his step. His family's gonna die.
Oh, that's right. He did have his thing.
Well,
Roll
what
with
did you do now?
disadvantage. Yeah, now we have to kill his family, guys.
Thanks a
All
lot,
this
Corey.
work to try and save his family, and now we gotta kill his family.
Now I gotta kill him.
It was
No,
his choice.
You know what? I
So
think
Dez is gonna stay the whole time.
I think he would. I think his pace would slow with that. Would slow with that threat. So Orson, you get up to him, and you're like about to tackle him as he just kind of stops running. You can still tackle him if you want.
I'm gonna tackle him.
Okay. You yeah, as he kind of pauses, you just
My
just like
momentum can't stop. You know?
you full bear hug him forward. The both of you go like face planting into some peat moss into the dank water of the ground, and you sit up. Your prey captured, and I think that is a good spot to end the session here. We'll pick up next week with you having caught Keef.
Perfect.
Okay. Perfect.
What are we doing, guys?
This did not go as
Change
I
my
expected.
alignment. Change my
Told
alignment.
Thornton to catch him. He caught him. All right.
Oh, Ursa King.
Master Potter can do anything.
Orson fetch. Orson guard. Orson go find where we're supposed to go.
Orson, follow the penguin.
You guys just wait until my movement's like 90.
Yeah. Y'all some crazy
Oh my
motherfuckers.
Yeah, what are we doing, guys?
That was wild.
Well, you're involved now, that's for sure.
My
That's the
my
problem.
Calder's viewpoint matches my own. What the fuck are we doing trudging in this mud?
Go wrong. Did
Hey,
go wrong.
Orson tried to keep you all out of it the whole time. He said,
did.
put it back.
And then we unleashed Orson.
This is why he's never been more than a Potter his entire life.
Well, I will say it's at that point and everything like that where Orson's tackling him and everything like that, you know, and Theo has Dez on his shoulder. He's starting to think about things for a second. He's like, wait, what are we doing?
It's quite confusing.
We'll find out next
What is
week,
life?
or maybe in Discord over the course of the week here. Who knows? Yeah, we'll fill you in if there's any chatter offline, or feel free to come by and hang out in Discord and chat and see if you can pick our brains about what's going on. Thank you, everybody, for spending the evening with us. Thanks to D&D Beyond, Syrinscape, Above VTT for all the great tools they make that help make this game so great. If you enjoyed the stream, follow us on Twitch, YouTube, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Helps us spread the word, tell your friends. Hope you're enjoying the story. So we will be back next week on Wednesday
Next
the
year.
4th. Next year, you're right. Next week, next month,
Yeah.
next year. Wednesday the 4th. First game of 23. Super excited about that. Yeah, until then, we remain your unseen servants. Have a good night, everybody.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye.